Welcome to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry. This season's broadcast coverage is made possible in part by College Street Cottages, Georgetown Jewelry, Georgetown Shirt Company, Glenn Patterson, Realtor, Grand Endeavor Homes, Oak Ridge Disciple House, and Rob Hip Insurance. And now, on to the field with color analyst Michael Francis and the voice of the Patriots, Travis Banks.
For the second time in this season, the Eastview Patriots return home, where they are set for a huge district matchup against fellow undefeated district rival, the Brenham Cubs. And these Eastview Patriots are looking to avenge a 35-34 loss from last season when they made the trip to Brenham. Tonight, Brenham looks to continue their three-game winning streak as they make their first trip to Georgetown to take on the Patriots. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight for Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry. I'm Travis Banks, and alongside me, as always, is my broadcast colleague, Michael Francis. And Michael, the Eastview Patriots are 4-0. I'm hesitant to say it's for the first time in school history because I wasn't able to find archives that go back all the way to the start of Eastview a couple of years ago. But nevertheless, Coach Fekoch has these Patriots on a roll, and they're looking to continue their momentum against another team looking to maintain some momentum in the Brenham Cubs.
Yeah, Brenham comes in, a very storied team, and they have a rich history down in Brenham. Coach Fekoch, and I mean, there's just so much excitement that he has brought into this program. You see it with his coaches and social media accounts. You see it in the student body. And just people getting excited about Eastview Patriot football. A lot of good things happening this season so far, and we look for that to continue tonight, and a good contest between these two district rivals. And Travis, we were talking before the game, the implications of tonight is district action that is taking place, and you really elaborated and made some good points on that, and I'm sure everybody would like to hear that.
Indeed. It's a bit of an interesting twist. It's a huge game for this district, actually, because all of the undefeated teams are playing each other tonight. There are 4 teams coming into tonight at 1-0, all 4 of those teams playing each other. All 4 of the 0-1 teams are also playing one another. So at the end of tonight, Michael, you're going to have 2 teams that are undefeated at 2-0. You're going to have 4 teams that are at .500 at 1-1 in district, and you're going to have 2 teams that will remain winless at 0-2. And of course, both of these teams, the Patriots and the Cubs, looking to be one of those teams that are going to remain undefeated at the end of the evening.
So early in the district season, and you're looking at already playoff implications in this game tonight between these two undefeated squads. So we're really looking forward to tonight's action between these two teams.
That's right. A loss is not necessarily going to derail any playoff chances for either of these teams, but it will be a significant blow to the standings of the district because, as you know, you want to get as good of a standing in the playoffs as possible for a better chance to advance to later rounds. And a game like this could be the difference between getting, say, the second-place spot and the first-place spot at the end of the season. And as we theorized last week as well, Michael, what if there is a split champion again this year, as there was last year? A game like this could result in, some tiebreakers that could be all the difference when it comes time at the end of the season.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And, don't fall asleep on those 2 Bastrop squads in Cedar Creek and Bastrop, both dropping games last week, surprisingly. So they're looking to avenge those losses tonight and become those teams that are 1-0 in district, or 1-1 in district, where these 2 teams are looking to remain undefeated tonight.
As the team captains meet at the center of the field for the coin toss, the captains for Brenham, number 7, Dane Hauk, number 19, Dean Rees, and number 74, Garrett Wiasape. Meanwhile, the captains for Eastview, number 10, Roland Hines, number 24, Isaiah Quentin Jackson, number 59, McKinley McLaughlin, and number 57, Cole Smith.
It looks like Brenham won the toss, and so They have deferred to the second half, so Eastview will receive the kickoff to start tonight. And so we will go over the starting lineups for the Eastview Patriots tonight. At wide receiver, sophomore, number 16, Michael Sedgwick. Wide receiver, junior, number 9, Charles Ross. In the slot, sophomore, number 15, Jerry Barron. At the H-back, sophomore, number 45, Jacob Martin. Tailback, junior, number 24, Isaiah Quentin Jackson. At the quarterback, senior, number 12, Jackson Colson. At left tackle, senior, number 65, Caleb Sammons. At left guard, junior, 57, Cole Smith. The center, junior, number 59, McKinley McLaughlin. At right guard, senior, number 67, Rodrigo Gutierrez. Right tackle, senior, 55, Riley Cooper. Defensively for the Patriots tonight, at corner, sophomore, 15, Jerry Barrett. The other corner, junior, number 9, Charles Ross. At free safety, senior, number 4, Cooper Namkin. Strong safety, sophomore, Peyton Adams. Weak safety, junior, 24, Isaiah Quentin Jackson. At the Mike linebacker, sophomore, number 33, Thomas Thornburg. Sam linebacker, senior, number 22, Eric Millett. Tackle, sophomore, number 54, Seth Kirkland. At the nose tackle, senior, number 7, Luke Brown. Defensive end, junior, number 35, Justin Nazer. And defensive end, senior, number 10, Roland Hines.
Those are your starters for the Eastview Patriots, and at this time we will go ahead and take a brief pause for the playing of our national anthem.
And now, our national anthem, sung by members of the Eastview Choir under the direction of Chris Douglas and Morgan Kramer.
Fantastic rendition of the national anthem by the Eastview Patriot Choir, as always. And it's hard to believe we're already in week 6 of this high school football season here in 2019. Only the second home game for the Eastview Patriots, the second of 4 home games. It has been exactly 28 days since we have been broadcasting to you from Birkelbach Field here at Georgetown ISD Stadium. And before we get set to kick off here, we'll take a look back at the game last week between Eastview and Marble Falls and get you some statistics on that. Jackson Colson continuing his amazing season thus far. He went 16 for 26, 230 yards through the air, and 1 touchdown, adding on the ground 4 carries, negative 12 yards. But he was able to get a touchdown on the ground last week. And carrying the Patriots offensively on the ground was Amarian Brooks. He had 24 carries for 135 yards and 1 touchdown. Isaiah Quentin Jackson followed up with 9 carries for 89 yards, averaging almost 10 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns on the ground, in addition to that 75-yard punt return touchdown he had in the first quarter against Marble Falls last week. We'll get you more of those stats later on as we're about set for kickoff here at Birkelbach Field. The Patriots versus the Cubs. Back deep to return for the Patriots. If you're looking at this from your TV screen, the Patriots will be going from left to right. Brenham will be defending from right to left. And the Patriots, the kickoff is up, and it is taken by Tyler Wagner, one of the up men at about the 30-yard line. He calls for the fair catch, and that is where the Eastview Patriots will go to work offensively. And season totals for the Patriots. Jackson Colson, the senior quarterback for the Patriots. 69 completions of 106 attempts, 1,067 yards through the air, and 14 touchdowns. 1st and 10 ball on the 34-yard line. Jackson Colson sends a man in motion from the shotgun formation, and it's a handoff to the left side. Taking the carry and not getting a lot is Isaiah Quentin Jackson, and Quentin Jackson gains maybe 3 yards on that play. He gets the ball to the Eastview 37-yard line before being brought down by a trio of Brenham defenders. In on the tackle there for Brenham was Lonnie Brown, one of the defensive linemen. Brings up 2nd down and 7. Jackson Colson in the shotgun formation. He sends Isaiah Quentin Jackson in motion from left to right. Jackson Colson all alone in the backfield. He takes the snap, throws over the middle, caught, has his man at the 45-yard line. It's Jacob Martin. Jacob Martin makes it all the way to the Brenham 40 before being brought down. And it's a 1st down Eastview.
Yeah, an outstanding play by the Patriots. The linebackers pulled in coverage and left the big tight end wide open across the middle. Outstanding play designed by the Patriots.
1st down and 10. Jackson Colson throws a pass to Tyler Wagner. It is caught for little to no gain. It's about 2 yards. For Wagner is brought down by Brenham's Aiden Villatoro. Brings up 2nd down and 7. Ball is on the Brenham 35. The Patriots tonight wearing white helmets with the Eastview flag logo, blue jerseys, and blue pants. Brenham wearing their all-white road uniforms with a hint of green. And on 2nd down, it's a sweep to Charles Ross to the left side, and Charles Ross has a 1st down and a whole lot more, and he is pushed out of bounds at the Brenham 20 by Eric Hemphill.
And what we're seeing tonight is what we're used to seeing on the first possession of an Eastview Patriot drive, Travis, is they're methodically driving down the field and hope to end up in the end zone.
Well, last week was the first week of the season that Eastview did not score a touchdown on their opening drive. They're looking to remedy that here as Jackson Colson on 1st and 10 rolls out to the right side, throws incomplete. His pass intended for Charles Ross, but Charles Ross appeared to have tripped at about the 10-yard line, and Colson is actually pretty lucky that the pass was not intercepted. It was Aiden Villatoro on the coverage again.
Well, how he was fortunate was that the corner that was covering Ross stopped when Ross tripped, or else he would have been able to make that interception fairly easy.
On 2nd and 10, it's another handoff, this time to Tyler Wagner, and Wagner has nowhere to go. He tries to sweep out to the right side, gains maybe 3 yards before being brought down by Brenham's Keanu Jones. So the Patriots trying a lot of these wide receiver sweep plays on the ground. And it's 3rd and 7 ball on the 19-yard line, so the Patriots have officially entered the red zone here. Shotgun formation, Jackson Colson, 3 receivers to his left side. Colson fakes a handoff, takes a snap, and throws. It is deflected at the line by Brenham's Trey Lawhon. And that'll set up a 4th down and 7, and we should be seeing Jose Rodriguez out to attempt a field goal.
Well, fortunes turn in an instant, don't they, Travis? They were driving down, doing an excellent job. Well, they're actually going for it.
Yeah, Patriots will go for it on 4th down. They try get an offsides flag. It's a free play pass to Charles Ross, who catches a touchdown in the end zone.
It's going to be offensive pass interference. on Charles Ross as he pushed off the defender. But the flag for offsides should be the one that takes precedence on that, I believe.
Yeah, Jackson Colson with a great snap count that got the defensive linemen to jump early, and that was Lonnie Brown who jumped early. So it looks like they are going to negate the two penalties. They'll offset. So we'll replay this 4th down. It'll still be 4th down and 7 from the 19-yard line. Eastview looking to score. 9:39 to go here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. Eastview on their opening drive. Shotgun formation for the Patriots. 3 receivers on the left side. Jackson Colson sends Isaiah Quentin Jackson in motion from left to right. Now he's got 2 receivers on his right side. Colson all alone in the backfield. Drops back. He's going to run for it to the left side. He gets to the left hash mark to the 10-yard line and gets a first down for the Patriots before being brought down by Brenham's Dane Hauk. But Jackson Colson able to scramble inside the 10 and pick up a first down for the Patriots. What a play. He had nothing but wide open space, Michael.
Outstanding eyesight, looking down and seeing his field of view and deciding to keep as his receivers were covered.
First and goal from the 8-yard line. It's another trick play, a sweep. This time a handoff to Jacob Martin. Jacob Martin has nowhere to go. He's tackled at about the 7-yard line. Brought down again by Lonnie Brown. He gained 1 yard officially on that play, did Jacob Martin. It'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 7 as the clock continues to tick. Just under 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And now the Patriots get set back up again. Shotgun formation. 1 receiver to the left side. It's a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who rushes up the middle for a touchdown. Untouched Isaiah Quentin Jackson. I'm sorry. That was Amarian Brooks. Amarian Brooks, a 7-yard touchdown up the middle.
Well, Eastview strikes first as they get in the end zone. Bring in that workhorse of a running back in Amarian Brooks. I mean, he just keeps his feet driving, his legs driving. He's hard to stop.
Jose Rodriguez out to attempt the PAT. It is up and it is good. So just like that, the Patriots back to their opening drive scoring ways. They lead it 7-0 over the Brenham Cubs. We'll take a brief commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll have Brenham's opening drive right after this. You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry.
2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com.
Back here at Birkelbach Field, Georgetown ISD Stadium, where the Patriots have just taken a 7-0 lead over the Brenham Cubs following a 7-yard touchdown run by Amarian Brooks in this pivotal District 13 Region 4 division game. Thank you again to Glenn Patterson Realtor for sponsoring this first quarter tonight, as Jose Rodriguez's kick is taken for a fair catch at the 35-yard line by Trey Lawin. And Brenham will get set to work on offense with a very good field position here. And again, if you were not following the Patriots last year, this game was something to behold. The Patriots, traveling to Brenham last year, led 31-7 at the half and ended up losing that game by a score of 35-34, a single point. And one of the players responsible for that was the quarterback, Alden Schrader. And he's getting the start at quarterback tonight in the shotgun formation. It's a handoff to the running back, who sweeps out to the right side and really has nowhere to go before being brought down on the carry was Daylon McCowan. And he was brought down by Eastview's Eric Millett.
Eric Millett is a workhorse on that defense.
1 yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 9 for Brenham. Ball is on the 36-yard line of Brenham. Schrader in the shotgun formation. He drops back, drops back to throw, can't find anybody. He decides to scramble as the pocket collapses, and he's able to scramble for a first down and is brought down just shy of the first down line by Charles Ross. Gain of 11, maybe 12 yards, picks up a first down for Brenham. Great scramble by Schrader.
Kind of surprised to see him actually run with the ball. He had a receiver out to his left that was wide open. He could have easily dumped that ball off to. He was not being covered at all.
And now Garrison Weiss coming in at quarterback for Brenham. Weiss in the shotgun formation, 2 running backs on both sides of him, and Weiss hands the ball off to DeLon McCowan. McCowan tries to rush over to the right side, can't quite get anywhere. Gain of 2 yards. McCowan brought down by Eastview's Justin Nazer. Sets up 2nd down and 8. Ball is on the Brenham 49-yard line. A little bit more about Brenham. They come into tonight's game with a 3-1 overall record, 1-0 in district. They lost their opening game of the season and have won 3 straight, looking to continue their momentum, much like Eastview is. 2nd and 8, shotgun formation for the Cubs, 2 receivers on each side. Quarterback takes the snap, drops, throws, caught at the 50-yard line, and making the catch is receiver Jackson Mueller, who is brought down by Justin Nazer and Thomas Thornburg after a short gain. He makes it past the 50-yard line, so the Cubs will now be in Eastview territory. Gain of about 4 or 5 yards, brings up a 3rd and 3 from the Eastview 46-yard line. Weiss in at quarterback. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on his right side. Weiss takes the snap, and it's a handoff to McCowan, who is instantly brought down in the backfield by Roland Hines.
Roland Hines doing what he does from that defensive end position. He's a ball hawk, and he just follows the play all the way down the line and comes back and tackles the running back, and actually for a yard loss.
Yeah, 1 yard loss. Great defensive play by Roland Hines, and it's a punting situation for Brenham. Isaiah Quinton Jackson is back deep at the 15-yard line to return this punt for Eastview. Victor Mendoza out to make the punt for Brenham. Mendoza's punt is up, and it's a high. It's a good one. Isaiah Quinton Jackson signals for a fair catch, which is made at about the 11-yard line. And Patriots will now set up shop for their second offensive drive, leading 7-0 here with 5:28 to go in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter.
Well, the Patriots did what they had to do. They got their defensive stop and kept Brenham from scoring. So if they can go down and score again right now, I mean, every point that you put on the board and every score is that much further ahead of your opponent. And with Brenham, you definitely want to get out as far ahead as you can.
Shotgun formation for the Patriots. 2 receivers to Jackson Colson's left. It's a handoff to Amarian Brooks, who rushes to the left side for a short gain. And Brooks is brought down after a gain of 3 yards by Zyron Smith, making the tackle there for Brenham. Brenham coming out defensively in a 3-4 position. They're stacking the box now on 2nd down. It's another handoff to Brooks, the same play, and there's a face mask as Brooks's helmet is just thrown off by defender John Tavion Robinson.
I know, and he didn't get called for it at all. He had a handful of helmet and ripped it off his head.
I'm not sure how the referees didn't see that, because it was clear as day from us all the way up here in the press box, and we're many, many feet away. Referees are right down there in the action. It sets up 3rd down and 2 from Eastview's own 19-yard line. Shotgun formation for the Patriots, 2 receivers on each side. Colson takes the snap, rolls out to the left side, throws, has a man caught at the 25-yard line. It's Jacob Martin, and Jacob Martin barrels his way to the 30 before being brought down by a trio of Brenham defenders. Included on that tackle is Zyron Smith and Dane Hauk.
What I liked about what Martin did right there, Travis, he caught the ball, took a couple of steps, and headed upfield. He didn't waste time waste yardage trying to make something happen. He headed straight upfield to pick up the first down.
Great awareness by Jacob Martin on 1st and 10. Jackson Colson drops back, rolls out to the left side, throws caught at the 40-yard line. It's Michael Sedgwick who gets out of bounds at the 45-yard line, picks up another Eastview first down.
Well, you knew he was going to get involved at some point in this game. Sedgwick and Ross both are favorites for Colson to target.
Michael Sedgwick had 129 yards on 6 receptions, 1 touchdown last week against Marble Falls. Charles Ross had 3 receptions for 66 yards, no touchdowns. 1st and 10, ball on Eastview's own 44-yard line. Shotgun formation for the Patriots, 3 receivers to Colson's right. Colson takes the snap, drops back, rolls out to the right side, throws over the middle, has a man, falls incomplete, goes over the head of Charles Ross with Brenham defender Eric Hemphill on the coverage.
Ross looking for the pass interference.
Well, there was a late flag called. Sorry to interrupt you there, Michael. There was a late flag called, but it's from the backfield. The back judge there looks probably like it would have been holding. Oh, it's roughing the passer called on Brenham's Lonnie Brown, one of the starting senior defensive linemen. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for the Patriots, and it puts them into Brenham territory.
Well, a self-inflicted wound on a play that was really going nowhere for the Patriots as Colson well overthrew Charles Ross.
Sets up 1st and 10, ball on the Brenham 41-yard line. Shotgun formation for the Patriots, 2 receivers to the right. A defensive lineman jumps early. Could have been an offensive lineman as well. We'll see what the referees have to say. But
I think that's going to be false start on the left tackle.
That starting left tackle would be Caleb Sammons. We'll see what the referees have to say here. It's
Cole Smith.
Cole Smith, the left guard. So you were close there, Michael.
Just by one position, right?
It's hard to see from up there from that vantage
point.
It
was probably both of them, to be honest with you. But so that's going to be 1st and 15.
Yeah, moves the Patriots back 5 yards to the Brenham 46-yard line. 1st and 15, 4:17 remaining here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. Patriots lead it 7-0. Jackson Colson takes the snap, rolls out to the right side, throws, has Charles Ross, but it's just short of Charles Ross, almost bounces off his feet. Eric Hemphill on the coverage again, but he got behind Charles Ross, and Ross could have made that catch, but it was just slightly underthrown by Jackson Colson.
Well, I think Ross probably took his route just a little bit too deep. I think he looked a little surprised when he saw that the ball was that short and realizing that he was probably a little too deep.
It landed right at Charles Ross's toes, so you know he'd love to have that one back. 2nd down and 15 now. Ball still on the Brenham 46-yard line. Shotgun formation for the Patriots. 2 receivers to the left, Charles Ross to the right. And it's another fake sweep handoff, play action. Jackson Colson still has the ball way back at the 45-yard line, and he's scrambling around as he loses pocket coverage. And everybody was confused on that play. Jackson Colson just throws the ball away and sets up a 3rd down. It looks like all the receivers were well covered downfield, Michael, and nobody really put any pressure on Jackson Colson. He was expecting the pressure. He just kind of ran around, didn't really know what to do. That is intentional grounding on Jackson Colson. So when he threw the ball away, there wasn't any receiver in the area where he was throwing, and he didn't throw it out of bounds past the sideline. So that's going to move the Patriots back a heck of a lot of yardage.
Be 3rd down and 25.
3rd down and 27, according to the scoreboard here at Birkelbach Field. Ball on Eastview's own 42-yard line now. So 2 penalties in a row. Eastview shooting themselves in the foot. And now they have to deal with 3rd and very long. Pistol formation for the Patriots. It's a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who rolls out to the right side. He cuts through the lineman and makes it all the way to about the 50-yard line before being brought down by Brenham's Dane Hauk. Nowhere near enough for the first down, so we should see the Patriots punting here.
4th down and 20. And it looked like that Quentin Jackson might actually bust that one open, but the running lane collapsed rather quickly once he busted through the line.
Eric Hemphill back deep to return for the Cubs at the 10-yard line. And Jackson Colson punting the ball away. It's a really high punt that has a lot of distance. Hemphill calls for the fair catch. It takes an Eastview bounce, and it bounces right into the hands of one of the Brenham defenders as Eastview tries to down the punt before it gets into the end zone, and there's a heck of a lot of flags being flown right there.
Yeah, interesting to see what this call is going to be.
I think it's because Hemphill signaled for the fair catch. He took that reception and started to run with it. But
one player signaled the fair catch, and then he got out of the way, and then another player picked it up and started to run with it. So that may be what the penalty is.
I think it depends. Yeah, the referees are huddling around the 5-yard line where this penalty took place.
Receiver signal for a fair catch.
That's what it is.
After the fair catch, a dead ball foul. Delay of game, the receiver ran to the ball. That's not the distance to the goal. It'll be first down to the receiving team.
So it'll be first down, Brenham, half the distance to the goal. So Brenham will be setting up in the shadows of their own goal post.
On the 1.5-yard line. Or right at the 1-yard line. The nose of the football just touching the 1-yard line.
Yeah. Garrison Weiss comes out in shotgun formation. He's got one receiver on each side and one running back on each side of him as well. He takes the snap and hands off to the running back, and he might have been tackled for a safety there. That was Dalen McCowan again. The referees are not signaling for a safety, so McCowan...
His forward motion was over the goal line, so it's probably the half or the 1 foot line right now.
Getting a touch in there was Justin Nazer. Brings up 2nd and 10. Ball is on the 1-yard line. As the sun has set here at Birkelbach Field. 2:30 to go and counting here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. Weiss takes the snap, pump fakes twice, throws over the middle. Pass falls incomplete as the intended receiver, Jackson Mueller, he kind of tripped over his own 2 feet, and the pass just sailed over everybody's head.
Yeah, I was looking for that play because Patriots' defensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage right now and looking for that little kind of bubble screen type play where you're bringing everybody in and hopefully catch a guy open wide over the middle.
That'll be 3rd down and 10 as the clock stops with 2:24 to go here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. Ball still on the Brenham 1-yard line. Weiss takes the snap, rolls out to the right side, and he's going to scramble for it outside of the end zone, makes it to the 5, and rushes towards the right sideline before finally being brought down by, looks like Roland Hines there getting in on the tackle. So Brenham able to gain 6 yards on that play, but it still sets up a 4th down. 4th down and 4. Ball is on Brenham's own 7-yard line, so they'll punt the ball away here from the shadows of their own goal post. Isaiah Quentin Jackson back deep to return for the Patriots. He's at the 50-yard line. And the punt is up. And Quentin Jackson signals for the fair catch. He'll make that at about the Brenham 47-yard line with 1:36 to go here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. Eastview will once again set up shop on offense, leading 7-0 over Brenham.
Yeah, it was a short line drive punt, and he signaled for the fair catch, but after he caught it, he realized he had about 15 yards before anybody could get to him. Then he was kind of disappointed that he had called for the fair catch.
So the Patriots will come out in shotgun formation. Jackson Colson all alone in the backfield. 2 receivers bunched up on each side, and it's a screen pass.
False start.
Yeah, some trickeration by Coach Feekoch that does not work out as they were expecting it to work.
And that's 3 penalties against the Eastview Patriot offense in just these 2 possessions.
So that'll be a 5-yard penalty, sets the Patriots back to their own 49-yard line. 1st and 15. Patriots still lead it 7-0 over Brenham. Jackson Colson in the pistol formation. It's a fake handoff to Brooks and throws caught to Jacob Martin. It makes it to the 45-yard line and is pushed out of bounds by Eric Hemphill. I'm sorry, that was Jerry Barron. No, that was Jacob Martin making the catch. I'm sorry, that was Jerry Barron. My mistake. Brings up 2nd down and 6 from the 42-yard line of Brenham. Jackson Colson in the shotgun formation hands the ball off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who has a huge hole up the middle. And Isaiah Quentin Jackson makes it to the 15-yard line before being brought down by Brenham's Keanu Jones. So a huge first down run of about 25, maybe 30 yards for Isaiah Quentin Jackson. As a Marion Brooks, who was on the field for that last play, he kind of limps off to the sidelines. Nevertheless, it is a 1st and 10 for the Patriots on the Brenham 15-yard line. Shotgun formation. Jackson Colson takes the snap, throws over the middle. He's got a man, Jacob Martin. The pass goes through his fingertips and falls incomplete.
Yeah, he stayed on the ground a little bit. It wasn't because he's hurt. It was just because he was disappointed that he didn't make that catch.
Tyler Wagner checks into the game for Jacob Martin as the Patriots set up shop on 2nd and 10. 2 wide receivers on each side of Jackson Colson in the shotgun formation. Isaiah Quentin Jackson in at running back. Jackson Colson trying to get some of the Brenham defensive linemen to jump again. Can't quite do it with the audible, so he looks to the sidelines for instructions from Coach Feacock. And he moves over, and it's a scramble. Jackson Colson will take the snap and keep it himself, and he barrels his way to the 10-yard line before finally being brought down by Carson Drain, one of the linebackers for Brenham, a senior linebacker, and sets up 3rd down and should be about 5 yards here. As the Patriots looking to score again, but they might just let the clock ride out. Just under 10 seconds to go here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter, and that is indeed what Eastview is going to do. They're just going to let the clock ride out and take it into the 2nd quarter. That'll do it for the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. At the end of 1, the Patriots lead it 7-0 over Brenham. We'll take a brief commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll have more of this exciting action when we return. You're watching Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry.
Locally owned by Pam and Al Bartschmid, College Street Cottages is proud to offer vacation rentals in beautiful and historic Georgetown, Texas. With premium amenities and comfortably sized spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com.
We're back here at Birkelbach Field, Georgetown ISD Stadium. I'm Travis Banks. He's Michael Francis. Thank you for tuning in to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry. We are at the start of the Courtney Home Inspection 2nd quarter, where the Eastview Patriots lead it 7-0 over the Brenham Cubs, looking to avenge a 35-34 loss last season at Brenham. It's 3rd down and 5 for the Patriots. The ball is on the Brenham 10-yard line. The Patriots looking to score or at least get a first down. Shotgun formation for the Patriots, and it's a trick play. It's a sweep. It's a pitch to one of the wide receivers, Charles Ross, who runs all the way untouched into the end zone for a 10-yard touchdown run. What a play. What a trickeration play. A great design by Coach Feacock. Charles Ross has another rushing touchdown on the year.
Great design play by Coach Bonewald, the offensive coordinator for the Eastview Patriots.
Jose Rodriguez's kick is up, and it is good. So with that, 11:53 to go here in the Courtney Home Inspection 2nd quarter. The Patriots lead it over the Cubs 14-0. We just took a commercial break, so we'll keep it right here if that's all right with you, Michael. I know you got some catching up to do over there producing for this home game here tonight. But as you said, it was a trick play just then. The shotgun formation, Isaiah Quentin Jackson took the snap and handed it off to one of the receivers who was moving left to right. That receiver pitched the ball off to Charles Ross, who was running in the same left direction as Jackson Colson, except the Brenham defense completely fell for it. They were all on the right side of the field. Charles Ross was able to run completely untouched to the left side of the end zone.
Yeah, and he had the speed, and there wasn't anybody going to catch him on that. They were too far to the other side, as you mentioned.
And just like that, Eastview leads at 14-0 as they get set to kick the ball off yet again here after scoring their second touchdown of the evening. That is another rushing touchdown for that is Charles Ross's first rushing touchdown of the season.
Coach Feetkoch and the Patriots pulling out some new offensive schemes against Brenham. Brenham comes in here. They've scouted Eastview twice versus Northeast, and last week they were at Marble Falls.
That's right. They were sitting directly in front of us last week in the stands at Marble Falls, who, oddly enough, Marble Falls will be playing Brenham at home next week. So Brenham will have that game will be at Brenham. So a long road trip for Marble Falls as Jose Rodriguez's kickoff goes out of bounds, drawing a flag. Will not be returned by Brenham, and Brenham will get some pretty good field position here as a result.
Eastview taking care of business tonight, Travis. They're playing smart defensively. They're showing some new schemes offensively that's keeping Brenham off balance. And they just need to maintain that. They don't need to lose their focus and think that they're out so far ahead that they can breathe. Because you've seen against Canyon, we were up 40-14, and Canyon fought back and almost won that game.
Indeed, and Eastview looking to become one of those two undefeated teams at the end of the evening as Brenham will get a 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Garrison Weiss in the pistol formation, 2 receivers to his left. It's a read option play, actually. Weiss is going to keep the ball himself and roll out to the right side. He makes it to the 50-yard line before running out of bounds. On the coverage was Thomas Thornburg, forcing Weiss to go out of bounds on that play, but Weiss picks up a 1st down. It will move the chains for Brenham.
Well, Weiss did a great job of selling the fake because most of the Eastview defense was rolling to the left, to his left, and he took the opposite side, and it was almost like a naked bootleg.
It'll be 1st and 10 from Brenham's own 49-yard line. Weiss in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers to his left side. Weiss fumbles the snap, and he drops back and falls on that fumbled ball at about the 38-yard line. That'll be a loss of 10, maybe 11 yards for Brenham. Just a disaster of a 1st down play. Brings up 2nd down and very long for the Cubs. And you know, Michael, we talk about the 4 teams tonight that have a chance to end this evening still undefeated in district play. Brenham and Eastview, of course, being 2 of those teams coming into tonight at 1-0 in district. The other 2 teams playing tonight are Weiss and Glenn. We'll try to get you a score update on that game as soon as possible. Bastrop and Cedar Creek also playing on the SHN Sports Network. Winner of that game will go to 1-1 in conference as on 2nd down, Weiss throws deep for his intended receiver, Alden Schrader. And the pass is just well overthrown. Great defensive coverage by Charles Ross. And we've got a Patriot down at the 40-yard line, so the trainers come out. And we'll go ahead and take a brief commercial break. Well, actually, no. He's up under his own power. That is Roland Hines, actually.
Yeah, you're not going to keep him down. Of course, that would be a huge loss if he was to be hurt and out of the game, for sure. But looks like maybe he got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, just a little slow to get up, but now he's hustling and jogging back onto the sidelines. Trainers will take a look at him there. It will be 3rd down and 20 for Brenham here. Ball on their own 39-yard line following that incomplete pass intended for Alden Schrader by the quarterback Garrison Weiss. And Brenham makes one more substitution. Patriots, of course, in the 4-3 defensive position. And the Cubs come out in shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left side of Garrison Weiss. McCowan, the running back. It's a handoff to McCowan, and McCowan rushes to the left side. He sweeps out to the left, can't quite get the edge, and he's brought down after gaining a couple of yards, about 3, maybe 4 yards. On the tackle for Eastview was Cooper Namkin. Sets up 4th down and 17 for the Cubs. Ball on the 42-yard line. They will be punting the ball away here. Isaiah Quentin Jackson is back deep at the 20-yard line to return this punt. Punt is up by Jackson Mueller, and Isaiah Quentin Jackson will not have a chance to return this punt as it it just flies out of bounds. And it will give Eastview some pretty good field position, actually, as the clock stops with 10:09 remaining here in the Courtney Home Inspection's second quarter.
I like what Quentin Jackson did right there, Travis. He saw the ball was going to the opposite side of the field, and he didn't have an opportunity to make the play on it. A punt will be downed. It's not like a kickoff or a field goal attempt where it lands. The defense can take the ball, or the offense could pick it up, or what have you. He goes the opposite direction and sells the entire Brenham team, and they follow him and leave that ball over there. It goes out of bounds.
1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. The Patriots hand the ball off, and nothing doing on that play as the running back is tackled pretty quickly there by Jontavian Robinson. That was Amarian Brooks on the carry for Eastview. Sets up 2nd down and 10. No gain on that play. Patriots now in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers on the right side. Charles Ross on the left. Jackson Colson takes the snap, throws immediately, and it's caught by Michael Sedgwick on the left side. Sedgwick dodges his defender, makes it to the 45-yard line before being shoved out of bounds by Trey Lawhan of Brenham. And it's enough for a Patriots 1st down. It'll move the chains.
Heads-up play by Sedgwick to know where he was on the field and pick up that 1st down.
Exactly 10 yards gained on that play. 1st and 10 from the Eastview 45-yard line. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left side of Jackson Colson. Charles Ross all alone on the right side. And Colson calling an audible here, shouting the directions to his lineman. Colson takes the snap, drops back. He's under pressure. He rolls out to the left side. He decides to keep it himself and scramble. He makes it to the 50-yard line and crosses the 50 before being brought down by Brenham's Jason Lopez. And the bigger story there is that Jackson Colson crosses the 50 and brings the ball into Brenham territory with just over 9 minutes to go here before halftime.
What I like seeing about Colson is when he sees that he's about to get hit, he puts both hands over that football and guards that football so that they're not ripping it out.
7-yard gain on the play on 2nd down and 3. Jackson Colson takes the snap and rolls out to the right side. A design quarterback keeper can't break the edge, and Colson runs all the way from the left side of the field to the right sideline. And he might have lost a yard on that carry. He did, actually. It'll set up 3rd down and 4. Ball on the Brenham 48-yard line. So a big 3rd down here for the Patriots as they look to improve their 2-score lead. They lead it 14-0 here over Brenham.
Yeah, the Patriots are lucky they didn't get flagged for a holding penalty as Riley Cooper had a handful of jersey.
Ball is tipped and intercepted by Brenham, and it's a clean interception. Only has one man to beat and dodges the interceptor and runs it all the way in for the pick 6. Making that interception was Yan Tusom. And what happened there is Jackson Colson on 3rd down went to throw the ball. Looks like he was trying to pass to Michael Sedgwick. The ball got tipped at the line. Yan Tusom was able to make that interception and just run it all the way in untouched for the Brenham pick 6. And just like that, it's a 1-score game.
Definitely not what you want to happen right there for sure.
Jackson Colson's first interception of the season, I might add. Not exactly how he wanted this game to go, as the PAT for Brenham is up, and it is good. making this a one-score game. Patriots 14, Cubs 7 after that 51-yard pick six by Yan Toussaint. We'll take a brief commercial break, and we'll have Eastview's next offensive possession after this. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry.
Jacob's reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home.
Back here at Birkelbach Field, where following a 51-yard interception return for a touchdown by Yan Toussaint, the Brenham Cubs cut their deficit to just one touchdown. Patriots still lead at 14-7, however, with 8:39 to go in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. Kicker Victor Mendoza for the Cubs, ready to kick the ball off. Isaiah Quentin Jackson and Charles Ross back deep to return for the Patriots at the 15-yard line. Mendoza's kick is up. It is deep and should be returnable here. Isaiah Quentin Jackson takes it at about the 6-yard line. Quentin Jackson makes it to the 20, rolls out to the right side, and is forced out of bounds at about the 23-yard line by Justin Garza of Brenham. So the Patriots will get some pretty decent field position here as Jackson Colson looks to rebound from throwing his first interception of the season, Michael.
Charles Ross laid the wood on a defender for the Brenham Cubs, and the guy got back up off the ground, and Ross went at him again. He hit him tough, buddy.
Charles Ross knows just how important this game is today for the final district standings, as both of these teams looking to go 2-0 in district play. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Patriots from their own 22-yard line. Jackson Colson in a pistol formation. He will hand the ball off, and rushing up the middle, almost nothing going. Well, a solid gain of about 3 yards on this carry.
About 5, but
Hard to tell from my vantage point. It is indeed 5 yard, a 5-yard run by a Marion Brooks, brought down by defensive lineman Lonnie Brown. Sets up second down and manageable to be 2nd down and 6 according to the scoreboard as the Patriots hurry up here. Ball on the 27-yard line. Same pistol formation now. Jacob Martin, the tight end, in. Only one receiver on each side of Jackson Colson. Colson takes the snap. It's another handoff to a Marion Brooks, who has a huge hole up the middle, gets a first down and a little bit more. Although he might have fumbled on that play, Brenham says they have the ball. A Marion Brooks was on the carry. He got the first down, made it to about the 45-yard line. The referees ruled that Brooks was able to recover the fumble, so Eastview catches a break there. Brenham did say they had it. They've got to be awfully disappointed, so that will be a first down for the Patriots.
I thought he was down before the ball came out. And then it just comes out, and they start a scrum for the ball and hoping to sell it.
So the Patriots catch a break. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Patriots come out now in another pistol formation. 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Jacob Martin in at tight end. It's another handoff to another fumble. That's a fumble before anyone's brought down, and Brenham recovers just like that. Making the recover is Trey Lawn. So 2 offensive possessions for Eastview, 2 turnovers that they've lost.
Yeah, you can't make those kinds of mistakes against this squad. You got to protect the football. I mean, the first one was a tipped interception, so, you can't really fault Colson on that one. But I don't know if it was in the exchange where Quentin Jackson lost the handle on it. You got to be better about protecting that ball.
So Garrison Weiss will come out to lead this Cub offense from the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to Weiss's right. Weiss takes the snap, rolls out to the right side. It's a screen, but the running back is not ready. The pass falls incomplete. It was intended for the running back, Dalen McCowan, but his back he didn't even turn around. His back was facing Weiss. as Weiss ultimately had to throw the ball away. Brings up second down and 10.
Well, pressure was coming so fast off that end from number 35.
That's Justin Nazer.
Justin Nazer, that he had to play. He didn't have time to develop, and he had to get rid of that ball.
Second and 10, ball on the Eastview 35-yard line. Brenham now, Garrison Weiss takes the snap. It's a handoff to the running back, McCowan, who has a huge hole to the right side, makes it to the 20, to the 10, untouched for the touchdown. That is not Dalen McCowan. I'm sorry, that is Javon Dixon, the backup running back, and Dixon just ran it in 35 yards for the second Brenham touchdown of the evening. No flags on the play. So just like that, 2 turnovers for Eastview, 2 touchdowns for Brenham. All of a sudden, we've got a tie game with 7:10 remaining here in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter.
Well, the bad thing about those turnovers, Travis, is that they equated into points.
You never want that to happen, as Victor Mendoza is out to attempt the PAT for Brenham. Mendoza's kick is up, and it is no good. It is wide left. So the Patriots catch another bit of a small break. They still lead this game. However, it's only by 1 point. They lead it 14-13. We'll take a brief commercial break here to kind of gather ourselves as well after all these turnovers. Stay tuned. Patriots lead it 14-13 over Brenham. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home or land in the Georgetown area, call Glenn Patterson Realtor. As a third-generation resident of Williamson County, his knowledge will assure you will receive the best price for your purchase or sell. Don't wait. Contact Glenn today at PattersonPropertiesTX.com.
Back here at Birkelbach Field, Georgetown ISD Stadium, where 2 offensive series for the Patriots lead to 2 turnovers recovered by Brenham and 2 touchdowns for Brenham. However, a missed extra point by Victor Mendoza, the Brenham kicker, means the Patriots still continue to lead this ball game 14-13, but Michael, 2 turnovers leading to 2 touchdowns for the opposition is not what you want to see.
You definitely do not want to see it. The Patriots cannot afford to make another turnover in this ball game. And I'm sure Coach Feacock is reiterating that on the sideline. Protect the ball, protect the ball, protect the ball. Let's don't make those kinds of mistakes.
Mendoza out to kick the ball off, and it is deep. It is a deep kick that will be taken at the 5-yard line by Charles Ross. And Ross, as a flag comes out, crosses to the 25-yard line. He makes it all the way to the right sideline to the 45-yard line before being tackled. However, a flag all the way back at the 20. We'll have to see what this is about. Likely going to be holding or a block in the back, something of that variety. That's typically what those flags mean on kickoffs.
Typically, and in that area.
A block in the back by Jace Petty, the backup quarterback, playing some special teams. It will move the Patriots back quite a bit, making it 1st and 10 from their own 11-yard line.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing, more self-inflicted wounds. And we're seeing that, Eastview's getting more penalized in this game than they have in any game all season long. And they're for bigger penalties. It's not a simple 5-yard false start or offsides. We're looking at a personal foul. We're looking at intentional grounding. And now we're looking at another personal foul, which is a 15-yard from the spot penalty.
1st down and 10 for the Patriots from the 11-yard line. Jackson Colson throws to the left side. It's caught at about the 15-yard line by Jerry Barron, who picks up about 5, maybe 6 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and manageable for the Patriots here. On the tackle for Brenham was Trey Lawhan. Second down and 4, ball on the 17-yard line. The Patriots in the pistol formation yet again. Jackson Colson receiving some audible instructions from the sideline. 2 receivers to his right side. The Cubs in the 3-4 defensive formation. Colson takes the snap and hands the ball off to Amarian Brooks, who has a hole up the middle and is able to pick up a 1st down for the Patriots before being brought down by Brenham's Aidan Villatoro.
And you see the way that Brooks was protecting that ball as he was going down. He had both arms wrapped around that football.
He learned his mistake from those 2 fumbles in a row, losing that second one. 1st and 10, ball on the 27-yard line. Colson pump fakes, throws to the left side. He's got Michael Sedgwick behind the coverage. Sedgwick makes the catch at the 45. Or no, it falls incomplete. I'm sorry. He rolled over the ball. It looked to me from this vantage point like Sedgwick was able to make the catch, but the pass fell incomplete. On the coverage there for Brenham was Aiden Villatoro again.
It looked like he had possession of that catch, Travis, until he went out of bounds. So I guess the ball was bobbling in his hands before he went out of bounds.
2nd down and 10 for the Patriots. It's a keeper. Colson will take the snap and run it towards the left side himself before being brought down by Dane Hauk. Gain of 2, maybe 3 yards for the Patriots there. Sets up 3rd down and 7. Ball is on the Patriots' own 30-yard line. It's another huge 3rd down here for the Patriots, leading 14-13, just over halfway remaining in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. Jackson Colson in the shotgun formation, 3 receivers to his right side. It's a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who has a huge hole up the middle. He gets a 1st down and a whole lot more. Brought down at the 50-yard line by Aiden Villatoro. A 1st down for Isaiah Quentin Jackson. A great run, just what the Patriots needed.
Another design draw play that Brenham has not keyed on all night long, and it's been successful for the Patriots so far tonight.
Hurry-up offense, same shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right side, but there's going to be a timeout called. Looks like that is
There's a
from
flag on the field.
I did not see that flag. My mistake. The referee came running from the sideline. It's a false start on Tyler Wagoner. Wow, one of the receivers, slot receivers. Coach Feakoch is kind of waving his arms like, what's going on, Tyler? Over on the Eastview sideline. Sets the Patriots back 1st and 15. They're back on their own side of the field. 1st and 15, ball on the 44-yard line.
Well, self-inflicted wounds is what hurts the Patriots so far tonight.
1st and 15. It's a handoff from the shotgun formation to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who has nowhere really to go. He gained 2, maybe 3 yards on that carry. Brought down by, looks like Dane Hauk again for Brenham. Gain of 3 yards, ball on Eastview's own 47-yard line, 2nd down and 12. Shotgun formation for the Patriots, 3 receivers to the right side of Jackson Colson. Michael Sedgwick all alone on the left side. Marion Brooks is in at running back. And play clock is under 5 seconds now, and Patriots have yet to take a snap. Looks like they're going to call a timeout. That is indeed what they are going to do. Coach Feakoch is going to give some instructions to his players. We'll go ahead and take this timeout with them. Stay tuned. 4:37 to go here in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. Patriots lead at 14-13. We'll be right back after this.
Central Texas High School football on SHN Sports is made possible by Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company. 3 words describe Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company: simple, reliable, and awesome. We support our community. From screen printing and embroidery to promotional products, Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company helps put your brand on your business. Get started on your project today by getting a quick and easy quote online at GeorgetownShirtCompany.com.
We're back here at Birkelbach Field, Georgetown ISD Stadium. The Patriots lead it over the Cubs 14-13, 4:37 here to go in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter following a timeout for Eastview, their first timeout of the evening. 2nd down and 12 for the Patriots. Ball on their own 47-yard line. They're looking to convert here after just a series of miscues their last 2 or 3 offensive series, Michael.
Yeah, they've got to clean it up. And, of course, Coach Feakoch makes great adjustments at halftime. So we'll see how he goes in and encourages his players to avoid these mistakes coming out in the second half and stay in control of this ball game and not make any more of those kinds of mistakes that are very costly. And you got 2 turnovers that have equated into 13 points for the Cubs and no offensive points for them. It's all been defensive.
A 51-yard pick six by Yan Toussaint, Jackson Colson's first interception of the evening, and a 35-yard touchdown run by the backup running back Javon Dixon. Missed PAT. That's how Brenham got their 13 points tonight.
Well, let me correct myself, Trevor. I said the offense did not score. Offense did score. I'll take that back.
They scored one touchdown, but it was the defense that led to those big plays that
Right.
allowed the offense to get that one score. I understand where you're coming from there. 2nd and 12 here for the Patriots. Jackson Colson comes out all alone in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to the left. Colson takes the snap, immediately throws to the right side. It's caught at the 48-yard line. Making that catch looked to be it's Tyler Wagner. Tyler Wagner immediately brought down after he made the catch by Dane Houck again, who has just been all over the field for this Brenham defense. That's a reason why Dane Houck is one of the team captains for Brenham. Sets up 3rd down and very manageable, 3rd down and 7. Ball on the Brenham 47-yard line. Same formation for the Patriots as they hurry up. 3 receivers to the left side of Jackson Colson, who is all alone in the backfield. And Colson calling audible. 10 seconds to go on the play clock here. Just under 4 minutes to go before halftime. Colson takes the snap, drops back. He's under pressure, and he's almost sacked. He avoids a sack. He throws to the right side. Pass falls incomplete. It's underthrown. Intended for Jerry Barron. And on the coverage of Barron was Aiden Villatoro. Sets up 4th down in a punting situation. Not exactly what the Patriots were looking for, Michael.
No, definitely not. They had a little bit of offensive momentum going for them, and then, they made that false start penalty to put them at 1st and 15, and they're just hard to recover from. I mean, every yard's a battle to get.
As the Patriots get set to punt this ball away, Jackson Colson will be punting it from the Eastview 40. Punt is up, and it is deep, and it will not be returned. It flies into the end zone for a touchback. The Brenham receiver, Eric Hemphill, will not have a chance to return, and Brenham will just take that touchback. They'll set up shop at their own 25-yard line. With 3:38 to go here in the Courtney Home Inspection 2nd quarter, the Patriots lead at 14-13. Again, not only is Eastview looking to get revenge for last year's 35-34 loss at Brenham, they are also looking to remain undefeated in the district standings, as we'll have more on those scores during halftime. We'll also have a special conversation with the mother of Super Bowl winning kicker and Green Bay Packer kicker Mason Crosby. That is his mother, Karen Crosby. That interview will be coming up at halftime as we talk to her about her charity organization, The Locker, as on 1st and 10. Brenham hands the ball off to running back Dalen McCowan, who picks up a really great gain of about 6 yards on that play before being brought down by Eric Millette.
Well, these few's got to play firm here. They can't take it like they've been punched in the mouth here. Because those mistakes have all been their own. It's not that Brenham has came out here and punched them in the mouth. It's just they've been fortunate to get a couple of turnovers.
Garrison Weiss in at quarterback in the shotgun formation, has some movement, and it's a sweep handoff to the running back McCowan. McCowan picks up a 1st down and a whole lot more for the Cubs. He is just tackled just shy of the 40-yard line by Eric Millett again, and it's more than enough to move the chains for Brenham. As Brenham, as you said, Michael, they're just on a roll right now.
Right. They've got that momentum going for them. They were down 14-0, and they get a couple of key turnovers that lead to points, and now they're back in this thing, and they're playing with momentum.
1st and 10, ball on Brenham's own 37-yard line. Weiss takes the snap, and it's another handoff to Javon Dixon this time, who spins around and avoids some tackles, and he's got a whole lot of open field. Makes it to the 40, across the 50-yard line to the other 40, and is brought down at the 35-yard line after getting into Eastview territory, and he's finally brought down by Roland Hines.
Well, I tell you, that guy is everywhere.
So Javon Dixon, the running back, comes in, and it looked like there was just a missed tackle there at the line because they had Dixon at around the line of scrimmage. Dixon was able to spin away into open field, so just a defensive meltdown by the Patriots here. Sets up 1st and 10 with just 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Shotgun formation for the Cubs, and the quarterback Weiss throws over the middle, bounces off the fingertips of his intended receiver. That was wide receiver Travion Britton.
And he was open. He just led him by just a little bit too much and a little bit too high, or that would have been in for 6.
That was, I believe, Charles Ross on the coverage, and it was, and Ross was definitely beat. He's going to be chastised during the film room session tomorrow morning, that's for sure. And he's lucky that Weiss's pass fell off the fingertips of Britton. Clock stops with 1:52 remaining here. Shotgun formation on second down. It's another handoff to Dixon. Dixon rushes toward the right hash mark and is brought down at the 25-yard line. Just shy of a first down. I'm sorry, that was McCowan on the carry there. Tackled by Justin Nazer. Sets up 3rd down and 3 for the Cubs as they move into hurry-up offense. 3 receivers to the left side of the shotgun formation for Weiss. Weiss takes the snap, throws immediately to the left side. It's a wide receiver screen, caught at the 25-yard line. There is a flag very well in the backfield.
Roughing the passer. Roughing the passer on Quentin Jackson.
Isaiah Quentin Jackson, hitting Garrison Weiss just a little too late. It was an intended wide receiver screen pass. That pass was caught by Lorenzo Vega.
That's going to be another 15-yard variety penalty.
That's going to be an automatic first down for the Cubs, too. And it's a disaster if you're Eastview this second quarter. They let it 7-0. They let it 14-0 early on at the start of the second quarter. And Brenham has just come back, making big defensive plays ever since then.
Eastview just losing their composure right here, and it's very, very unlike the Patriots to play like that.
So just over a minute here to go in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. 5 seconds to go on the play clock. Garrison Weiss takes the snap and keeps the ball himself from the shotgun formation. He rolls out to the left side and is viciously brought down out of bounds by Isaiah Quentin Jackson. That's going to draw a flag for just an over-excessive hit, a late hit probably as well.
It just spun him around. He didn't hit. And maybe it's the fact that he was already starting to spin him as he was going out of bounds. I think that is not the right call, but another 15-yard penalty type. And, again, that's by Isaiah Quentin Jackson with big back-to-back penalties here, Travis, and that's going to put the Cubs in at 1st and goal.
It'll be 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. Cubs come out in the shotgun formation, 1 receiver on each side of Weiss. Weiss hands the ball off to McCowan, and McCowan barrels his way up the middle inside the 5, brought down at about the 3-yard line by Thomas Thornburg. And that'll set up a 2nd and goal as Brenham calls a timeout here with 44 seconds remaining in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. We'll go ahead and keep it right here as the Patriots lead at 14-13, but Brenham is looking to score. It'll officially be 2nd and goal from the 2, and all Brenham has to do is go 2 yards, and they'll take the lead for the first time this evening. And even worse for the Patriots is if Brenham scores here, not only will they take the lead, they get the ball back to start the second half. Remember,
yes,
they deferred
do.
After they won the opening kickoff, the opening coin toss, I should say. So the Patriots, after a really hot start, have just kind of fallen apart here in the last 10 minutes of this ball game.
They have. You're seeing a lot of very undisciplined football going on right now by the Patriots. The self-inflicted wounds is what's beating Eastview right now. They're beating themselves, and it's showing in this first half.
A reminder that coming up at halftime, we'll have a very special interview with Karen Crosby, the founder of the Locker charity organization here in Georgetown. And then we'll throw it to the SHN Sports Studio for Football Friday as it's a read option handoff and stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No, that is a touchdown. He barely broke the plane. That was, I believe that was Zyron Smith, one of the backup running backs on the carry for Brenham. He was just able to barely break the plane for Brenham, and all of a sudden Brenham leads at 19-14 with 41 seconds to go before halftime.
definitely a tough pill to swallow if you're a Patriot fan right now. And Coach Feacock, he'll get this worked out. Patriots are still in this game. They just got to figure out the problems and get them worked out.
PAT attempt by Victor Mendoza is up, and it is good. We'll go ahead and take a brief commercial break, and we'll have Eastview's response to Brenham taking a 20-14 lead for the first time this game. Brenham leads. Stay tuned. We'll have the last 41 seconds of this game right after this.
Disciple House is a proud supporter of Central Texas high school football. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based, nonprofit 501c3 Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, please visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
We're back here at Georgetown ISD Stadium, Birkelbach Field, where the Brenham Cubs have just taken their first lead of the ball game. They lead it 20-0, or 20-14, I should say, over the Eastview Patriots. With 41 seconds to go here in the Courtney Home Inspections second quarter. As Coach Feacock just wants to get to halftime to talk things over with his Patriots team that have just kind of fallen apart over the last 10 minutes of this game defensively. 2 turnovers have led to 2 Brenham touchdowns as Victor Mendoza for Brenham kicks the ball off. Back deep to return for the Patriots are Charles Ross and Isaiah Quentin Jackson. The ball will go into the end zone for a touchback, will not be returned, and the Patriots will at least get to start this offensive series out on their own 25-yard line. Michael, 41 seconds left. Not playing well really on either side of the ball. Do you just run the clock out and go into halftime and lick your wounds, or do you try to go for it?
I don't know. The competitive nature of Coach Feacock tells me that he doesn't just lay down. So I look for him to come out here and see what they can do within 40 seconds that they have to try to get some points on the board and a little bit of momentum with the Cubs getting the ball back at the start of the second half.
Now, Michael, you might have a better memory than I do, and we'll have to go back and double-check this over halftime, but I do believe this might be the first time that Eastview has trailed all season, as on 1st and 10, Jackson Colson rolls out to the left side, throws, caught at the 30-yard line. That is Michael Sedgwick for a short gain of about 5 yards. Brings up 2nd and 5 from Eastview's own 30-yard line. The clock will continue to tick as Sedgwick was unable to get out of bounds, and the Patriots are slow to get back to the line.
Yeah, they're not in any big hurry here, so I think Coach Feacock is content just to go in with what he's got.
10 seconds left. Jackson Colson takes the snap, and it's a draw play to Amarian Brooks, and Amarian Brooks gets a first down and is brought down right at the 35-yard line by Brenham's Dane Hauk, who adds another tackle, and the clock will stop for this first down, but will continue to tick, and that'll actually do it here for the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. One final run by Amarian Brooks gets one last Eastview first down, but the Brenham Cubs will go into halftime leading it by a score of 20-14. Brenham has scored 20 straight points here after Eastview scored the first 14, and Patriots just can't wait for this halftime to get here fast enough. We will go ahead and take a brief commercial break. After this, we will have the Oak Ridge Disciple House halftime show. We will have a special interview with Karen Crosby, the founder of the Locker Charity here in Georgetown, Texas. And after that, we will throw it to the SHN Sports Studio to Justin Simmons and Steven Strong for SHN Football Friday. Stay tuned. You are watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports presented by Georgetown Jewelry. At halftime, the Cubs lead it 20-0 over the Patriots. We'll see you after this.
If you or your family couldn't work for 6 to 12 months due to a serious illness or major accident, how would that affect you or your family financially? Hi friends, I'm Rob Hipp. I offer products that can help during the tough and unforeseen times. For more information, please call me directly at 512-522-9105. Again, that number is 512-522-9105. 2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com. Locally owned by Pam and Al Bartschmid, College Street Cottages is proud to offer vacation rentals in beautiful and historic Georgetown, Texas. With premium amenities and comfortably sized spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com. If you're looking to buy or sell a home or land in the Georgetown area, call Glenn Patterson, Realtor. As a third-generation resident of Williamson County, his knowledge will assure you will receive the best price for your purchase or sell. Don't wait. Contact Glenn today at PattersonPropertiesTX.com.
We're back here at Birkelbach Field, Georgetown ISD Stadium, where at the Oak Ridge Disciple House halftime, the Brenham Cubs lead it 20-14 over the Eastview Patriots. I'm Travis Banks alongside Michael Francis as always. Normally at this time we would be throwing it to the SHN studio for SHN Football Friday with Justin Simmons and Stephen Strong, but tonight we have a special guest joining us here in the press box here for the halftime show here on SHN Sports. She's a Georgetown resident that many of you listening might have heard of before, or you might even know her personally. In addition to being the mother of Super Bowl winning and current Green Bay Packers kicker Mason Crosby, she's the founder and executive director of The Locker, a charitable organization here in the Georgetown area. I'm speaking, of course, about Mrs. Karen Crosby. Ms. Crosby, thank you so much for joining us tonight here for Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports.
Thank you for having me. It's always fun to come in and visit with you boys, so thanks for having me.
I know you're probably more of an Eagles family, but, Patriot football, Eagles on the road tonight, so you got to show up here and support all the teams.
So actually we have season tickets, and we go to both games because we do so much work in the community, and I know kids from both schools, so we support both schools. I spend a lot of time on both campuses, so no, I love it. I know a lot of the kids who play, the cheerleaders, band kids, so we support both schools. But you are right, our kids went to Georgetown High, but I love the Patriots. I love the kiddos.
They're definitely an up-and-coming program here. A lot of people are actually theorizing that this would be the year, if they were playing, that Eastview would be beating Georgetown. So that's always something to think about. But we're not here to talk to you about football tonight. We're actually
I love talking about football.
Well, we're actually here to talk about your charitable organization, The Locker. Now, SHN Sports has worked with The Locker before. Tell us a little bit about The Locker.
So The Locker is about kids helping kids in need. We're really unique because we're run by students. We have students who sit on our board of directors with local community leaders. We have clubs. They're like a club at the schools. And it did start here in Georgetown at Georgetown High School. And at that time we were Eagle Locker, but once Patriots started, we became The Locker. And the simple idea of kids helping kids in need it's so grassroots that we're actually all over Texas now. We're in 14 school districts. We take care of all 17 schools here in Georgetown, but we've spread around Texas, so that's pretty exciting, this simple idea. And what that looks like is the Lockers for every single kid. You don't have to qualify. You don't have to be a certain income. It's the school just sees there's a need with a kid, and they contact us, and we fill that need. Actually, our real niche are the kids who don't qualify from other organizations. You just have to tell us, we have a kid who just needs something. It could be new cleats, it could be shoes, it could be a choir dress, whatever that is. And we just step in quietly, anonymously, and we take care of that child.
So this is a lot of stuff like high school kids helping other high school kids, or is it kind of like high school seniors helping out elementary school aged kids?
It's like kindergarten through high school helping each other.
Okay.
So an elementary school might have a Socktober event. And so they collect socks, and we distribute those to all of our lockers. We put them in the high school locker, middle school lockers, elementary, so we just share it with everyone. So we actually, our Seguin locker program was started by a second grade little boy. He came to an event here in Georgetown with us with some friends, loved it. He went back to his school board, his principal. Before I ever got involved, he'd already done all those things. He did, not his mama and his daddy. This little boy did. And so that's what our program there was, started by a little boy like that. So it's really all kids of all ages get involved to help each other.
And you founded the Locker a little over 10 years ago. I believe it was 2008.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, it started out just at Georgetown High School. It spread all over the Central Texas area. It spread all over the state of Texas, actually. Tell us a little bit about how you've been handling the expansion and what it means to you to see so many people want to get involved and assist with how does it feel to see kids want to help out other kids?
Just to hear you say that is just puts a big smile on my face. So, at 2 in the morning when you're probably asleep, well, I'm not. So that's how I handle the expansion. But it really is, we try to keep it so simple and not get, too big for our britches. Don't overthink it. Just keep this simple, and let's help teach kids how to help each other. Maybe the football team says, punch the Panthers and bring backpacks for the locker this week at the game. We just try to put it in the kids' hands to do that and to see the growth of it and to see kids come to me and say, Miss Crosby, I want this at my school. Will you help me do that? It's so, well, I don't know. It's emotional, but it's really cool to see that happen and to see children step up for one another unselfishly. And these kids are passionate about helping each other. And then last week at Eastview, I want to give an amazing shout out to Eastview High School. So last week, they gathered, I think there were 72 volunteers from Eastview High School. We had ROTC, softball, the Locker Club, football team. So many kids came together, and we gave 252, I think they said, free haircuts to kids in Georgetown. The kids did that. I wasn't even there. I was up watching my kid play football in Green Bay last Thursday night, and they did that. These kids, they got the stylist together. They, contacted them. They did the sweeping of the floors. They had movies and popcorn, and they registered 252 people. The kids did that. They got that put together. And this is our third year to do it, and we've never given less than 220 haircuts. They get the flyers approved. They get them sent out to the schools. They do all those things. They find out, can you give haircuts in the school cafeteria? Is that a health issue or is it not? I don't do that. We just help pose those questions to them. So the kids did it, and we met just this Wednesday together and talked about how that felt, and to listen to the kids so emotionally and so proud of themselves talk about, how a kid comes in maybe shy and quiet, and they leave with just standing up straight and their new haircut. And we've discovered over this 3 years doing this project that there are a lot of high school kids who have never had a real professional haircut before. Can you imagine that, being in high school? So we're able to do that and give back. And these stylists, thank you all. If you're listening tonight, thank you for the time that you give for that. They donate their time, 4 or 5 hours after a long day at their job, cutting hair all day, to the Locker kids to do that. Isn't that the coolest thing?
It sounds so amazing, and as you said, it's just so kind of heartwarming to just see all these kids take it upon themselves to help out other kids.
It is, and that's who we are as a foundation, is kids helping kids in need. Every kid, every single kid. You just have to have that need, and the school contacts us, and we fill the need. Whatever, kind of the odd things.
Now, you've mentioned how kids can get involved. What about someone like me, myself, or Michael? How could someone like us get involved?
There are so many ways to do that, and I'm glad. Thank you for asking that. So we're always having projects, for adults to support, because the kids want to help, but let's face it, they don't have the finances to do that. So when they reach out to the community and say, we're having, clean up the Cougars, or whatever their little catch is for that, is to support the kids in that, to bring the shampoo, the deodorant, the toothpaste, whatever they're asking for, to support them. And when you do that, just say, hey, great job, keep this up. We all like to be told that we're doing something good and something worthwhile and making a difference. So to support the kids, they have a lot of events in the community, just really to support that. We also are looking for volunteers to help in our physical lockers on campus, to be there so the doors can stay open, all during the day, so the kids can come in and get what they need. So we're looking for that. You can just donate. You can bring it to our office. You can take donations to either high school and Sonic on Austin Avenue. You can just put it right out your window to them too, and they'll get it to us. So those things, and thelocker.info is our website, thelocker.info. And so we have a thing that says donate on there. Cash donations are really important. And also it has a list of the things we keep all the time in the locker, the basics. And cash donations do things like when we get a call from a school that we have a child who's been coming to school for a week or two in the same clothes every day. So we actually take that child and buy them a week's worth of clothes, school supplies. We buy lots of shoes. And so those kinds of things. So that allows us to do that. We do AP test fees for a kid. For kids, we do caps and gowns. A lot of fees for classes this year we saw as the school year started. For their classes, they have to pay a fee, and PE uniforms and athletic uniform, just a lot of things that aren't covered anymore for kids. Or when my kids were there, but they aren't now. So we're just contacted. And like I said, we don't know who the kids are most of the time unless we actually take them shopping. But we just say, okay, here. Keep the kid doing what they need to do. And sometimes it's as simple as, the shirt that the team wears on game day. And a kid will quit if they don't have that. They're embarrassed or they don't feel a part of it. So coach will contact us and we just say, sure, here's get the kid the shirt. And so those cash donations, those are the things. So we can say yes when the call comes to us and we get the request from the school district that we can do that. So.
Well, that is thelocker.info for more information on how you can help get involved. And you also send out a newsletter. I did see.
We do. Mm-hmm. You can sign up on our website for that, and we blast. It's just an e-newsletter once a month, and let you know what's coming up, what awesome things the kids have been doing, and we just share lots of photos of the neat things that they're doing and what's coming up and how you can help us. And sometimes, like if the weather turns cold, like usually this time of year we have that cold snap and no one's ready for it. We're all ready for it this year, but they're not ready. We'll put out a blast that say, our kids are cold. We could use some hoodies. And so people start bringing those to us. So, or if there's a big need that happens, we'll put that out too to ask for help from the community.
Great timing with the cold front supposedly coming in next week. But again, 95-degree weather in October. You never know.
This is crazy.
So good to be prepared either way. One last question for you, Mrs. Crosby, before we let you get going. Mason of the Packers, your son, travel to Arlington this Sunday afternoon to take on the Cowboys. Assuming you'll be there, it's a bit of a two-part question. Assuming you will be there, who do you have winning that game?
Well, the Packers. We are going, of course. Our whole family will get to go and be there with Mason, his brother and sister, Ashley and Reese, who live here in Georgetown, and the grandkids who, they're all from here. So that we'll all be there as a family, so that'll be great. And it's always a great game when the Packers and the Cowboys play. I was watching a highlight reel on Packers.com, and it was like, the history. All the way back to the Ice Bowl and the first championships before Super Bowls, the Packers and Cowboys. So it's always exciting. It's always controversial, it seems, and a lot of energy. So we will be there. And, my husband and I grew up in the area. And my parents were actually original Dallas Cowboy ticket holders back in the Cotton Bowl days.
Wow.
So we go way back with that, but we are all in Packers. But anyway, so we'll be there. And comes down to that last kick a lot of times, it seems like, or that last Hail Mary or what it is. So I know it'll be a great game, and we're just grateful that we get to be there. And I heard Mason this week say, I get to go home and breathe in some Texas air. So he is still a Texas boy, definitely a Georgetown boy. And, he talks a lot about growing up here. I hear him on interviews talking about Texas football and Georgetown football and Eagle Fight Never Dies. And I know that's the other school, but still, it's still our town. But I really love that he still feels so connected to home, that it's our home. We love Georgetown, and so that's my guess. I don't know. It just comes down, 2 years ago, we went back and forth in the last minute. We had the lead. We took the lead. They took the lead back, and then that kicker took it for good. Mm-hmm. So it, you don't know, but I know it'll be a great game. It always is. Who do you think? Just tell me the truth.
I'm a Cowboys fan,
Yeah.
but I'm scared after that game against the Saints last week.
I
So I got to
know.
think another close one,
Uh-huh.
possibly decided by a Mason Crosby field goal.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome, but it will be a great game. Who do you think? Cowboys.
Michael Francis picking the Cowboys
Yeah.
for those that can't hear.
Yeah, and I want to tell you guys too, thank you so much for partnering with us this year and supporting the locker so openly. We appreciate that. We really do. It was started by athletes in the beginning 11 years ago, and just to partner with your organization. And Rob Hipp isn't here tonight, but what a great guy, and thank you for supporting us this year on air and in so many ways. We really appreciate it.
As always, and we appreciate your sponsorship and your help as well. TheLocker.info for all that information. Mrs. Crosby, thank you so much for
Thank
joining us
you.
again tonight. And we'll let you get
Thank
going
you.
as we're nearing the end of halftime. And we will go to a quick commercial break, and when we return, we've still got about 10 minutes left here at halftime at Birkelbach Field. The Cubs lead it 20-14 over the Patriots. We'll throw it to SHN Football Friday at the SHN Sports Studio for a couple of minutes for you. Stay tuned. We'll have more exciting action and the start of the second half just after this.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a proud supporter of Central Texas high school football. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based, nonprofit 501c3 Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, please visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home. Locally owned by Pam and Al Bartschmid, College Street Cottages is proud to offer vacation rentals in beautiful and historic Georgetown, Texas. With premium amenities and comfortably sized spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com.
Back here at Birkelbach Field, still the middle of halftime, where the Brenham Cubs lead it 20-14 over the Eastview Patriots. And we will go ahead and throw it to the SHN Sports Studio for SHN Football Friday with your hosts, Stephen Strong and Justin Simmons. We'll have that coming up in just one moment.
Spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com.
Back here at Birkelbach Field, still the middle of halftime, where the Brenham Cubs lead it 20-14 over the Eastview Patriots. And we will go ahead and throw it to the SHN Sports Studio for SHN Football Friday with your hosts, Stephen Strong and Justin Simmons.
Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home. Central Texas High School football on SHN Sports is made possible by Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company. 3 words describe Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company: simple, reliable, and awesome. We support our community. From screen printing and embroidery to promotional products, Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company helps put your brand on your business. Get started on your project today by getting a quick and easy quote online at GeorgetownShirtCompany.com. 2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com. 2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com.
Welcome back to the Georgetown Jewelry Broadcast Studio here in Georgetown, Texas. We are at halftime to a few of these games. We were just listening in a little extended coverage there to the Eastview broadcast. Our thanks to Travis Banks, Michael Francis on the call over there from Birkelbach, just down the way. It was great hearing the interview there with Mason Crosby's mom, and all the wonderful work that they do in the Georgetown community. Got to listen to her talk about some of the organizations and positive impact that entire Crosby family continues to have in Georgetown, both, whether you're an Eagle or Patriot.
Yeah, all the same community, regardless.
Yes,
it's all the same city when it comes into the end of the day, right?
And so, as we welcome in some of these broadcast audiences already in progress, we're going to go ahead and jump into a Grand Endeavor Homes scoreboard update and get you caught up on all the action from around Central Texas.
All right, so it looks like this. Cedar Park is blinking Connolly at half, 38-0. This game from SHN Sports, Hutto ahead of Georgetown, 21-0 at the half. Oh, the Battle of Bastrop is still tied at 7. All these games are actually at the half. Brenham and Eastview, it's the Cubs who lead 20-14 over the Patriots. Wise over Glenn, 21-0. Elgin ahead of Marble Falls, 21-6. 14-14. It's all tied up between Hendrickson and Stony Point. This game between Vandergrift and Round Rock has been exciting. I'm sure the second half will be just as exciting. 21-13 Vipers. Liberty Christian now just rolling against Hyde Park, 31-0. And then Dripping Springs commanding lead over McCallum at the moment, 20-0. All these games in the second quarter getting ready to go into halftime. Westwood and McNeil. It's the Warriors looking for a bounce back win. They lead 17-13. Vista Ridge over Leander 43-7, and that's before the half. San Antonio Christian are all tied at 10-10 against St. Michael's. San Antonio Holy Cross, well, they're still looking for their first points on the board against Austin Regents. Regents leads 35-0. Lake Travis just got going against Lehman in the second quarter with 7:22 left. It's all Cavaliers 28-7. Let me double check this score really quick from Anderson High and Austin Bowie. Okay, so I have a score for you here. Is the Bulldogs who lead the Trojans 16-7. I knew something didn't look right there. Seguin over Crockett 27-0. LBJ in the Battle of Eastside Pride over at Nelson Field, currently ahead of Northeast Early College High, the former Reagan High School, 35-0. And we're still awaiting. Let me see if I can get you another update from this Novato Travis game, just because I haven't found the update that I was looking for on this end. I've seen and still don't really have one for you folks, so we have that score still at 0-0, unfortunately. The games from last night: Pflugerville beat Rouse 21-7, Hayes over Aikens 45-7, and Del Valle just trouncing Austin High 77-34. That's going to play big for their postseason hopes for the kids from Del Valle. Waco La Vega over Texarkana 35-0. Lavernia is ahead of Pearsall 28-0. Let's see what else we got out there. It's Troy over Gerald 21-7. Lago Vista is beating Little River Academy 21-14. Flatonia ahead of Weimar 7-6. And then this has been an improving game for Granger, as Buda Johnson still leads 27-21, but Granger, they were way behind before that, so they've really worked their way into this game. And then Rockdale against Maynard New Tech. It's all Rockdale 47-0. Just want to make sure that we get all those games out there for y'all. There's so much going on tonight, but I think that's going to cover our update for right now. And if there's any other games that, you know, peek out, not necessarily have to be in the Central Texas area, but I know there's some other big games around the state here tonight that people are looking forward to. We have some huge games out in the Dallas area, including the Houston area. There's some big games going on in the Rio Grande Valley as well as San Antonio. So it seems that there's big games everywhere tonight just because of the context of how the season's playing out. You know, this is a do or die time for a lot of the teams out there.
Right. I mean, yeah, we saw that last night with the Austin High game, and Del Valle came to play and, you know, strengthen their playoff chances. Meanwhile, on the other side, Austin High takes a huge dip and will have to struggle to remain in that contention. And you know, we still have 3 weeks aside from tonight left in the season.
But it's so different in 25-6A because maybe other, I want to say, like, in some districts, yeah, you're going to have the same issue that you have in 25-6A. You have two really good teams, for their case, Lake Travis, Austin Westlake. And then those last two spots are kind of up for grabs, and that's what we're seeing there. And it looks like Bowie might be able to play themselves into that spot because they've been pretty strong. But, I mean, Buda Hayes, they look good throughout the year. And then you have Del Valle, who might be able to bounce back and make that run. But Austin High definitely looks like they're on the outside looking into those last two spots with that loss that they suffered at home. You know, and a big loss at that. That always hurts to lose by that number, but more so at home.
Yeah, and one of the teams you mentioned there at the end, Granger, we've enjoyed having Travis Sessoms call in, you know, the last few weeks. And the last few weeks have been pretty tough for Granger. But you mentioned struggling early tonight. Now, you know, down 21-27 at half.
Yeah, they're right back
clawing back. Yeah, clawing back. You know, we talked to Travis last week. He told us when the team goes down or struggles early, they kind of get down on themselves. And that was the one thing that he thought, before anything, they needed to work on is being able to overcome, being able to fight through adversity within the game before it gets out of control and they roll over. And so far, you know, still just down 6 at halftime after struggling in the beginning. And that's a lot to carry over into that second half and be excited about and how you're competing in that. We look forward to hearing from Travis, hopefully, when that game concludes.
Yeah, hopefully it's going to be after a possible Granger comeback. He's always more excited after a win than a loss, that's for sure.
And we're obviously keeping track of the Georgetown Hutto game. It's reached the third quarter at this point. Hutto's still on top, 21-0, as they have the ball.
You know, if you look at this though, for Georgetown, again, defense. I mean, if you're only holding them to 7 points a quarter,
right,
essentially,
this is completely, you can come back in this game. It's
But
got to come down to the offense.
But the offense, I mean, I can't see it. It's different when I can actually see it. I can just,
Right.
and don't get me wrong. I mean, Carl, who's on the call tonight, Carl Schoening, and then you have Top Robson over for the Hutto broadcast. But, they do a great they do a great job kind of painting the illustration for us here. But sometimes I just have to see everything off of the ball to tell you what the issues are. Sometimes it could be offensive line play. That can usually be a big reason why offenses sputter.
Or, sometimes it comes down to the center exchange. We see that ruin games, ruin teams.
I saw that a lot in San Antonio last weekend.
Yeah.
It definitely marred the game.
That's a two-player exchange, and it can.
We are back here at Georgetown ISD Stadium, Burkle Bach Field, where at the end of the Oak Ridge Disciple House halftime, Brenham Cubs still lead at 20-14 over the Eastview Patriots. Thank you very much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry. I'm Travis Banks, joined alongside, as always, is my broadcast colleague, Michael Francis. And Michael, just a second quarter meltdown by the Patriots there. They led it 14-0 at one point early in the second quarter. And 2 turnovers, a pick six, Jackson Colson's first interception of the season, that is, followed by an Amarian Brooks fumble led to 2 Brenham touchdowns. A missed PAT meant that Eastview still had the lead, but just before halftime, it was another it was not Dixon that scored that final touchdown for Brenham. It was Zyron Smith, and that gave Brenham the lead.
Well, it's got to be an adjustment, and I'm anxious to see the adjustments that Eastview has made. Through the season so far, they have made halftime adjustments and have come out and taken care of business and played Eastview Patriot football. So it's going to be interesting tonight playing in a district contest versus this Brenham Cubs club that is just taking advantage of Eastview's mistakes, to see if Eastview can clean up those mistakes here in the second half as we're about to get started and turn this game back around into their favor.
As Eastview is set to kick off to start off the Rob Hip Insurance third quarter. Remember, Brenham won the coin toss and elected to defer to the second half, so they will be receiving here. Jose Rodriguez's kick is up, and it is taken at the 20-yard line by Eric Hemphill, and Hemphill has some space and makes it to the 35-yard line for a gain of about 15 yards. Hemphill is brought down by Thomas Thornburg, so that will set up really good field position for Brenham here to start off the Rob Hip Insurance third quarter, as the Cubs lead at 20-14 over the Patriots.
You hear the band in the background playing. Love after the halftime when they come over, either the drum line or the band comes in front of the student section.
We had that tradition in Pflugerville with the drum line where I attended, and a new quarterback in for the Cubs. It's Alden Schrader, who hands the ball off to the starting running back, Daylon McCowan. McCowan has nowhere to go. Gain of about 2 up the middle, brought down by Roland Hines, and that sets up second down and 8 for the Cubs.
Now, Roland Hines has got to control that line of scrimmage and break down the running lanes for the Cubs and shut the running game down.
Roland Hines and Justin Nazer both, as on second down, it's a hand off to McCowan again. McCowan tries to sweep to the left, can't quite get the edge, gains another 2 yards. It'll bring up third down and 6 McCowan is stopped at the 39-yard line, and the tackle is made. It was Justin Nazer on the tackle there. Third down and 6 for the Cubs. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right of the quarterback. Quarterback takes the snap. It's Weiss back into the game now. Weiss takes the snap and rolls out to the right side, avoiding pressure. Throws, caught at the 50-yard line. Caught and immediately tackled by Charles Ross is the Brenham receiver, Travion Britton. And it's enough for a first down for the Cubs as Garrison Weiss subs back into the game at quarterback and picks up a first down for Brenham.
That was a heck of a strike from Weiss to his receiver. Outstanding play by the Cubs.
Ball will be spotted at Brenham's own 48-yard line after that first down play as Brenham huddles up. Garrison Weiss is going to line up in the slot now as Alden Schrader back in at quarterback now in the shotgun formation. So look for some trickeration here. Schrader immediately throws to Weiss, who makes the catch at the 45-yard line and is immediately tackled after making the catch by Roland. No, that was not Roland Hines. That was Peyton Adams, the sophomore. The 18 and the 10 looking a bit similar. Officially no gain on that play for the Cubs. It'll bring up second down and 10. Ball still on the 48-yard line.
No gain on play. Bring up second down.
Alden Schrader checks back out of the game, so Garrison Weiss is back in at quarterback for the Cubs. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on each side of Weiss. Weiss takes the snap, fakes a handoff. It's a play action. Weiss drops back, has nowhere to throw to. He decides to scramble to the left side and rushes out of bounds after picking up about 5 or so yards. Getting the pressure there was Thomas Thornburg for the Patriots, but it sets up third and manageable for the Cubs. Third down and 6 officially as the Cubs cross over into Eastview territory. The ball will be spotted at the Eastview 48-yard line here for this third down play.
Patriots really need to make a stop right here, Travis. They got to stop this Cub momentum.
Coaches see something in the booth next to us. It's a handoff to the backup running back who has a huge hole up the middle and is brought down or still moving. Can't be tackled by 3 men. On the carry is Javon Dixon, who had that huge touchdown run earlier in the game. He makes it all the way down from the Eastview 48-yard line to the Eastview 20. So a gain of 28 yards by Javon Dixon. And Isaiah Quentin Jackson and 2 other Patriots defenders just could not bring him down. And now the Cubs are hurrying up now. First and 10 from the 20. Cubs in the red zone, shotgun formation. It's another handoff to Dixon, who rushes up the middle, untouched for a Cubs touchdown. Javon Dixon just marched down the field 48 yards in 2 plays in just under 3 minutes here in the Rob Hipp Insurance third quarter, and the Brenham Cubs have taken a commanding 26-14 lead over the Eastview Patriots.
Well, unfortunate for the Patriots, Travis. They were more concerned with trying to strip the ball from his hands than they were on making the tackle on the previous run. They need to make the tackle and not worry about trying to strip the ball at this point.
Victor Mendoza out to attempt the PAT, and it is up and nearly blocked by Isaiah Quentin Jackson, but the kick is up and it is good. So just like that, 9:04 remaining here in the Rob Hipp Insurance third quarter, the Cubs take a commanding 27-14 lead over the Eastview Patriots. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry.
Locally owned by Pam and Al Bartschmid, College Street Cottages is proud to offer vacation rentals in beautiful and historic Georgetown, Texas. With premium amenities and comfortably sized spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com.
We're back here at Birkelbach Field, Georgetown ISD Stadium, where 2 runs by Javon Dixon of the Brenham Cubs leads to 48 yards gained and a touchdown scored on that last 20-yard run by Javon Dixon, and puts the Cubs up 2 scores over the Patriots here with 9:04 remaining in the Rob Hipp Insurance third quarter. Victor Mendoza's kick is up, and it is taken by Charles Ross at the 5-yard line, and Ross, trying to return, slips and holds onto the ball, but he's brought down at the 15-yard line after gaining only about 10 yards on that kickoff return, and nothing is going right for these Patriots, is it, Michael?
No, not so far. We'll see the discipline of the offense come back out and what confidence that they play with, and the leadership of Jackson Colson is definitely going to be tested here in the second half.
A reminder that the winner of this game will move to 2-0 in the district standings. There's another game taking place in district play tonight. That is Glenn versus Weiss. The winner of that game will remain undefeated in district as well, and I believe you had the score update on that.
Weiss leading that one, 21-0 over Glenn.
What an improvement by Weiss from last year to this year, winless last year to almost undefeated this year, as it's a handoff to Marion Brooks on 1st and 10. As Brooks barrels his way, almost getting a first down on the right hash mark. He's brought down just shy of the first down marker. It'll be about 1 yard to go, so a 9-yard gain as the Patriots hurry up here. Brooks was brought down by Yan Toussaint on that last play, and it's another handoff to Brooks here on 2nd down, 2nd and 1. He has nowhere to go on that play, brought down by Trey Lawn. Actually, well, he did pick up the first down there, so great running by a Marion Brooks, a 2-yard gain. It'll be 1st and 10, ball on the Eastview 28-yard line. Patriots will be lining up in the pistol formation. 2 receivers to Jackson Colson's left. He sends Jerry Barron in motion, and it's a fake handoff to Jerry Barron. It'll be a read option play to Marion Brooks, who rushes up the middle for a solid 5-yard gain. Brought down again by Trey Lawn. As the Patriots hurry up, same position, same play, Barron in motion, and it's another handoff up the middle to Brooks, who has a huge hole, gets a first down, and makes it to the Eastview 45-yard line before being tripped up by Dane Hauk. Patriots in hurry-up mode now. It's the same play again. Brooks has a huge hole up the middle again, and he crosses the 50-yard line. It'll pick up another first down for the Patriots. Sorry, he was short by 1 yard on that last play. Thank you, Michael, as Brooks will sub out and Quentin Jackson will check in. Pistol formation for the Patriots. 2 receivers to the left side. 1st and 10, ball on the 49-yard line, and it's a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who is brought down in the backfield by a trio of Brenham defenders, and getting credit for that tackle will be Zyron Smith, a linebacker running back hybrid who scored the go-ahead touchdown at the end of the second quarter for Brenham. It'll be 3rd down and 2, ball on the 50-yard line. The Patriots in the same pistol formation. It's another handoff to Quentin Jackson. Tries to rush out to the left side, gets the edge and gets a huge hole for a first down. Brought down just shy of the 40-yard line by Keanu Jones. It'll move the chains and temporarily stop the clock, but the Patriots have no business in stopped clocks. They're going to continue to hurry up. They line back up in the pistol formation. This time the 2 receivers are on Jackson Colson's right side. Colson takes the snap, and it's a handoff. Or no, he keeps it himself and rolls out to the right side and is viciously brought down after gaining about 4, maybe 5 yards by Brenham's Caden Watts.
Well, you saw him get slung down, and that looked a more vicious slinging than what Quentin Jackson did back in the first half.
It's a 2nd down and 6, ball on the 38-yard line. A handoff to Marion Brooks, who escapes a tackle but slips under his own power. Picks up a first down and a whole lot more. He slips just shy of the 20-yard line and will be ruled down at the 22. It'll move the chains for the Patriots as the referees blow the whistle. It'll be a timeout, Brenham. And Brenham definitely needs it to talk things over with their defense. The Patriots are driving. We'll take a brief commercial break with this timeout. Patriots driving, but they trail by a score of 27-14 with 6:20 to go here in the Rob Hip Insurance 3rd quarter. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
If you or your family couldn't work for 6 to 12 months due to a serious illness or major accident, how would that affect you or your family financially? Hi friends, I'm Rob Hip. I offer products that can help during the tough and unforeseen times. For more information, please call me directly at 512-522-9105. Again, that number is 512-522-9105.
Back here at Birkelbach Field following this Brenham timeout, their first timeout of the half. 6:20 to go here in the Rob Hipp Insurance third quarter. Patriots driving, but Brenham leads it 27-14. Now the Patriots just picked up a first down on a huge Marion Brooks run. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Brenham 23-yard line. Patriots in control.
Well, that was a good timeout by Brenham. They were on their heels, and they had to kind of stop the momentum.
Again, 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Jackson Colson in the pistol formation. Play action pass. He throws intended for Charles Ross. Bounces off of Charles Ross's right hand. It was just a rocket of a throw. Ross on that play being covered by Eric Hemphill. Bring up 2nd and 10 from the 23-yard line now for Eastview as they have some time to get in a different formation, perhaps. They will continue to play out of the pistol formation, though. Jackson Colson, 2 receivers to his right side. It's another option. Hand off to Marion Brooks up the middle. Brooks tries to spin around the defensive line, can't quite get it, and he is brought down by Jason Lopez. After a no gain, actually, it'll be 3rd and 10 now for the Patriots, and a huge 3rd and 10 at that.
Yep, this is key right here, Travis.
It'll be shotgun formation this time for the Patriots. 2 receivers to Jackson Colson's left. Marion Brooks in at running back. Colson takes the snap, drops back, throws over the middle, has his man. It's Jerry Barron from the slot. Jerry Barron into the end zone for a touchdown. Tackled in the end zone by defender Yan Tassoum, but it doesn't matter because Jerry Barron just picked up the 3rd Eastview touchdown of the evening. 23 yards.
Outstanding slant pattern run by Jerry Barron and a strike from Jackson Colson to get into the end zone. They had sold the run and drew the linebackers up to the line, and Barron goes across the middle and able to take it into the end zone.
Jose Rodriguez out to attempt the PAT, but as the kick goes up, a flag comes out. It'll be a false start. As the flag waivers have to.
Well, that's something you usually don't see a whole lot, is a false start on a PAT.
So they are going to reattempt this PAT. Jose Rodriguez will have to kick it a little bit further. This will be kicked off from the 8-yard line, making it about a 19-yard attempt. I'm sorry, a 29-yard attempt. If my math is correct. And now Jose Rodriguez's kick is up. No false start this time. It is good. So now Eastview cuts the deficit to just 6 points. Brenham still leads it 27-21 with 5:37 remaining here in the Rob Hipp Insurance third quarter. We will take a brief commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll have Brenham's next offensive drive. We'll see if Brenham can answer and extend their lead right after this. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home or land in the Georgetown area, call Glenn Patterson Realtor. As a third-generation resident of Williamson County, his knowledge will assure you will receive the best price for your purchase or sell. Don't wait. Contact Glenn today at PattersonPropertiesTX.com.
Back here at Birkelbach Field, Georgetown ISD Stadium, where following a Jerry Barron 23-yard touchdown reception, the Patriots cut their deficit to 6 points. They trail Brenham 27-21, 5:37 to go here in the Rob Hipp Insurance third quarter. Jose Rodriguez is out to attempt this kickoff. Brenham has 3 backs back deep to return this kick. And it'll be a short kick taken that actually falls out of bounds. Eric Hemphill was going to attempt to return it starting at the 25-yard line, but the kick went out of bounds, and we should see Brenham starting at about their own 35-yard line now.
Well, the Patriots gaining some momentum, getting back into the end zone, drawing the game back closer. Now the defense has to step up and take care of business. They need to get a stop here and get the ball back into the offense's hand so that they can get back in contention, actually take the lead. If they can take the lead with the PAT.
I want to take an opportunity to correct myself. I mentioned earlier, Michael, that at the end of halftime, that was the first time this season Eastview has trailed. I said potentially. I was wrong, however, and you corrected me over halftime. They did trail versus Westwood for a bit. So the second game this season that Eastview has trailed, as on 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line, Garrison Weiss hands the ball off to his running back from the shotgun formation, but he is immediately brought down. That was Dixon on the carry, Javon Dixon, and he was brought down by Eric Millett.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. They got to make these stops. And he's been gashing them right up the middle on the past 2 previous possessions.
1 yard gain for Dixon brings up 2nd down and 9 from Brenham's own 32-yard line. Shotgun formation for the Cubs. 2 receivers to Weiss's left. It's another handoff to Dixon, but it's a read option, and Weiss keeps it himself, rolls out to the right side. He gets a first down and a whole lot more. Tackled just shy of the first down, tackled just after passing the first down marker, I should say, by Isaiah Quentin Jackson. It's a first down Cubs. Great run by Weiss. A great call to keep the ball himself, too.
Well, Weiss does an outstanding job of selling the fake. And Eastview follows the running back. They're keying on the running back, and Weiss, he just tucks it and runs, and he's turned those two types of carries into big yardage.
Something we haven't mentioned, we don't have the heights or weights of these players, but Javon Dixon has to be at least 6'2" out there on the field. It's like a man among boys, as on 1st and 10. It's a handoff to Dixon, speaking up, but he's gobbled up in the backfield by a duo of Patriot defenders. Getting the tackle there for the Patriots is Eric Millett, I'm sorry. That was Sammy Gonzalez getting the tackle there. I'm sorry. Those numbers were all bunched up on the jersey. Clock will continue to tick with just under 4 minutes remaining here in the Rob Hip Insurance third quarter. It'll bring up 2nd down and 12, so a loss of 3 on that last carry. Great job to call the blitz by the Patriots defensive staff. 2nd and 12, shotgun formation for the Cubs. 3 receivers to the left side. Weiss fakes a handoff, drops back, throws, has a man, but it falls incomplete. Bounces off of the fingertips of Yan Toussaint, who had that pick 6 of Jackson Colson earlier in the game. It falls incomplete. Toussaint just unable to bring the ball in. Sets up 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 12. Ball on Brenham's own 41-yard line here.
We really need this out right here. Patriots got to be a wall. They've got Brenham against the wall. The 3rd down and 12 right here, Travis. They need to keep them from getting a first down. And Brenham's going to call the timeout.
So the second timeout of the quarter, actually, for Brenham. They'll have 1 remaining for the entire second half. We'll see if that comes back to bite them. We'll go ahead and take this timeout with both of these teams. Stay tuned. 3:35 remaining here in the Rob Hip Insurance third quarter. The Cubs lead at 27-21. We'll be right back after this.
Central Texas High School football on SHN Sports is made possible by Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company. 3 words describe Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company: simple, reliable, and awesome. We support our community. From screen printing and embroidery to promotional products, Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company helps put your brand on your business. Get started on your project today by getting a quick and easy quote online at GeorgetownShirtCompany.com.
Back here on Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry. 3rd down and 12. Garrison Weiss takes the snap, drops back in the shotgun formation, broken up, nearly intercepted by Cooper Namkin. The pass intended for Brenham receiver, I believe that was Eric Hemphill. And it was indeed. Garrison Weiss's pass is broken up. And a great stop on 3rd down by the Patriots.
And seeing some momentum shift right here, Travis, is exactly what Patriots needed to do.
Jackson Mueller out to punt the ball away for the Brenham Cubs. Isaiah Quentin Jackson back deep to return for the Patriots at the 15-yard line. Mueller's punt is up, and Isaiah Quentin Jackson will call for a fair catch at the 20-yard line, and he will make that fair catch. So Eastview with a great defensive stop, and now they have a chance to get the lead again. If they can march down the field 80 yards and score a touchdown, their offense had no problem doing that last offensive series as Jackson Colson utilized the hurry-up offense, and they forced Brenham into actually using one of their timeouts.
You just got to do your job. Go out here, do your job, focus, be disciplined, take the ball down the field, control the line of scrimmage. You've got some outstanding linemen that have controlled the line of scrimmage in every game that they've played, and they did that for the first quarter and a little bit of the second quarter, and then they kind of lost their focus.
First and 10, ball on the 19-yard line. It's a handoff to a Marion Brooks, who rushes up the middle to the 25-yard line. Gain of about 5. He's brought down by one of the linebackers for Brenham. That was Trey Lawn, and brings up second down and manageable for the Patriots. As they come out in the shotgun formation again, Jackson Colson, 2 receivers on his right side, and it's another handoff to Brooks. Brooks rushes up the middle, gains enough to get a first down by just 1 yard, so a gain of 4 yards. He needed 3, and he moves the chains, does a Marion Brooks.
Well, the Patriots just playing smash mouth football right here. They're controlling the line of scrimmage. They're keeping the ball on the ground, managing the clock, doing an outstanding job.
First and 10, it's a swing pass intended for Jerry Barron. It just falls incomplete. Jackson Colson threw the ball almost immediately after he touched it, and Barron just couldn't get a good grip on the ball. It fell incomplete, brings up second down and 10.
You got to be disciplined. You got to be focused. It looked to me that Barron was trying to head up field before he had the ball. Knew the ball was coming to him. It was a designed little bubble screen like that, and took his eyes off the ball. There's going to be a false start.
Yeah, they tried to send Jerry Barron in motion to the Patriots, and I think that caused some of the confusion on the offensive line. They had a couple men moving at the same time. And I think they called that on Caleb Sammons.
Well, this is another one of those self-inflicted wounds that we've talked about. And we've got to stop that. That's undisciplined football, and that's not what the Patriots have been doing up to this point all season long.
It'll be second down and 15, ball on Eastview's own 26-yard line. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the Rob Hip Insurance third quarter. Jackson Colson from the shotgun formation sends a man in motion. It's Charles Ross, but referees blow the play dead yet again. Flags come a-flying. And that's another false start, the second false start in a row for the Patriots. This makes it second down and 20. And they trail 27-21, but man, that's not what the Patriots wanted for this offensive series.
Well, I'll tell you what, the penalties have been lopsided. Brenham hasn't had hardly any called on them. I don't have the count, but I can tell you that Eastview has had more than their fair share. Now, I didn't notice anybody go into a false start on that play. It was the far side line judge that called that. So he sees it a little better than what we do.
Second and 20, pistol formation. Jackson Colson takes the snap, throws to the left side to Michael Sedgwick. Michael Sedgwick, oh, it falls incomplete. Looked like he had that catch. He broke free from his defender, Aiden Villatoro, and Sedgwick kind of fell backwards to make the catch, but he rolled over and was unable to hold on, so that will fall incomplete instead of third and 20 for the Patriots.
Well, he's fortunate that he didn't get called for offensive pass interference as he pushed off of the defender.
He did indeed.
Charles Ross got called for it earlier on a touchdown throw from Jackson Colson.
Negated that touchdown, actually.
Yep.
You know they want to have that one back. It'll be third and 20. Shotgun formation for the Patriots. 2 receivers to Jackson Colson's left. Colson drops back, throws over the middle, and nearly intercepted. I thought he had it for a second. That was Alandric Andrade, who I don't know what happened there. Jackson Colson just threw it right to Andrade, and it looks like Andrade did a great job of getting the intended receiver off of the route.
So you noticed in that possession that they were moving the ball, being successful, keeping it on the ground. They were getting first down yardage. They were doing a good job, and then they had those 2 penalties. those 2 false start penalties, and now they're 4th and 20 right now.
Killed all of the momentum as it'll be a punting situation for 4th and 20. Ball on Eastview's own 21-yard line. Jackson Colson will punt the ball away. It's nearly blocked, and Brenham has 2 receivers back to return. A fair catch is caught. It is muffed, but falling on the punt return is Eric Hemphill, and so that will fall to the 36-yard line. So Brenham will lose about 4 yards from where they were had Hemphill been able to make that fair catch at the 40-yard line.
So now you got to ask your defense to step up again and make another stop right here.
And we've got a clock error. The clock is continuing to tick, and the referee is trying to signal for play to stop. We lost about 10, maybe 15 seconds as the clock operator kind of fell asleep for a split second. They need to add anywhere between 10 and 15 seconds back onto the game clock. They will indeed add 10 seconds to the game clock, making it 1:13 remaining here in the Rob Hipp Insurance third quarter. Patriots on defense now, defending. If you're looking at it from your television screen, they are defending the right side. Brenham is moving from left to right. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line for Brenham. It's a shotgun formation, read option, hand off to the backup running back, Javon Dixon, and Dixon rushes up the middle for a short gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards. On the tackle was Eric Millett.
Got to control the line of scrimmage. The Patriots need to step up and do that.
Brings up 2nd down and 7 as the clock continues to tick here. 10 seconds to go here on the play clock. Shotgun formation for the Cubs. 2 receivers to Garrison Weiss's right. Weiss takes the snap and hands the ball off to Dixon, who rushes up the middle into a wall, has nowhere to go, no gain on that play. Tackle looked to be Seth Kirkland making that tackle. Millett involved in the tackle as well, and with just about 15 seconds to go here on the game clock, it looks like Brenham is just going to let it run down here on 3rd and 7. That is indeed what they will do. They are content with taking this into the 4th quarter. That is the end of the Rob Hipp Insurance third quarter. We enter the 4th quarter with the Cubs leading 27-21. They've both scored 7. How much more will they score? We'll find out just after this. You're watching Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry.
2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com.
Back here at Birkelbach Field, Georgetown ISD Stadium, we're at the start of the Rob Hipp Insurance 4th quarter. The Brenham Cubs lead it 27-21 over the Eastview Patriots. We thank you for tuning in tonight to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry. I'm Travis Banks, joined alongside Michael Francis. As always, we thank you for choosing to spend your Friday night here with us on SHN Sports. Brenham, 3rd down and 7, ball on their own 40-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the left. Garrison Weiss takes the snap, drops back, throws over the middle, caught at the 50-yard line and breaks free, spins around a defender to the 35, to the 4, to the 30. Making the catch there was Travion Britton. And Britton is brought down after passing the 30-yard line. That was Eric Millett making the tackle there for the Patriots. A touchdown-saving tackle by Millett moves the chains for Brenham.
Well, unfortunately, Cooper Namkin comes in and tries to make the hit on the receiver, and he just hits him with the shoulder and doesn't try to wrap up and tackle. he was able to spin out of it and then gains a big yardage and turns it into an explosive play.
Brings up 1st and 10, ball on the Eastview 29-yard line for Brenham. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right. And it's Alden Schrader in at quarterback. He throws, and it's caught by Garrison Weiss in at receiver. Garrison Weiss rushes out to the right sideline out of bounds and is covered by Eric Millette. Brings up 2nd down and about 7, so a nice 3-yard gain on that throw. And that's something Brenham's been doing all night is occasionally they will substitute Garrison Weiss out, put him in a slot situation, and they'll have Alden Schrader remain in at quarterback and make the throw. They'll try to do some trickeration like that, and it always seems to work, Michael.
It has so far. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. 2nd down and 8 as the action continues to move forward as it's a handoff to, it's a fake handoff. Garrison Weiss on the read option, but he's tackled for a loss by Eric Millette in the backfield. Loss of about 5 yards on that play. It was a read option, and as you said earlier, Michael, Garrison Weiss just doing a great job on those fake handoffs and making the defense believe that he either has the ball when he doesn't or that he doesn't have the ball when he actually does.
Well, fortunately, Eastview able to key on it that time and throw him back for some loss of yardage. But he does do a great job of selling the fake.
They do need to get one more stop as on 3rd down, shotgun formation. Weiss in at quarterback, throws to the right side, has a man, falls incomplete. There was some miscommunication there. The pass was intended for Yan Toussaint, and Weiss threw, but he threw a little forward from Toussaint, and they couldn't connect. It brings up 4th down for the Cubs, and
they're going to go for it here.
Yeah, on the Eastview 29-yard line, it would be about a 45-yard field goal, but they didn't come to make field goals. They came to get touchdowns, and that's what they will do. It'll be 4th down and 11.
Need a big stop right here.
Shotgun formation for the Cubs. 2 receivers on each side. Schrader in at quarterback. Schrader takes the snap, and he's sacked by Roland Hines on 4th down for a turnover on downs. Schrader hesitated in the pocket. He did not see Roland Hines coming. Roland Hines makes the easy sack.
Outstanding play by Roland Hines coming off the backside end, and he never felt the pressure as he got wrapped up and taken to the ground. Huge sack and stop by the Eastview Patriot defense. Now the offense needs to come back out. Let's play focused. Let's drive it down the field and take it to the house.
It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Eastview takes over on offense. It's a read option, a triple read option. It's a handoff to Amarian Brooks, who breaks free from a tackler and makes it to the 50, to the 45, to the 40. And Amarian Brooks is moving. Amarian Brooks broke free running up the middle and spun around a tackler and got a huge gain for a 1st down and a whole lot more. He puts the Patriots into Brenham territory with one short run.
Helmet came off of a player, and so the referees, as soon as that helmet came off, they were stopping play after it had gone out of bounds. That player wanted to stay in the game. He didn't want to leave. They told him, you got to leave the field for one play.
So now it'll be another pistol formation. 2 receivers to the left of Jackson Colson. Colson takes the snap, drops back, throws over the middle to the right side. Has Charles. Oh, no, Ross. The pass falls incomplete. It looked like Ross was going to be able to make the catch in double coverage.
That was a perfect throw by Jackson Colson. That the only player who could have caught that ball was Charles Ross, and it was right over his shoulder and in and through his hands.
It'll bring up 2nd down and 10, ball on Eastview's own 40-yard line, but the play is blown dead.
It's a timeout call, I believe, by the official.
Well, Caden Watts and Alandric Andrade were the 2 defensive backs covering Charles Ross on that last pass play. And, boy, that was a perfectly thrown pass by Jackson Colson. It fell right into Charles Ross's hands in the double coverage. Ross just allowed it to kind of slip through, and, he's kind of kicking himself down there.
Try to sort this out. Okay, no foul on the play. As the offense made a substitution, the defense was allowed to make a substitution as well.
That is a rule in Texas high school football. Very closely follows the same rule in the NCAA level.
Yes, Texas high school football does follow the NCAA rules for football.
I don't think Texas will be passing a bill to let the players make
Pay
money
for
off of
play,
their
yeah.
rights, though. That's another debate for another day, though, as it's a handoff on 2nd and 10 to Marion Brooks up the middle, and he's brought down after a short gain by one of the Brenham defensive linemen. It was Jiron Davis on the tackle. Sets up 3rd down and 8 for the Patriots. Ball on the Brenham 38-yard line. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the Rob Hipp Insurance 4th quarter. Patriots trail 27-21. Huge 3rd down here for the Patriots offense. Shotgun formation on 3rd and 8. 2 receivers to Colson's left. Colson takes the snap, drops back, rolls out to the left side, throws to the left side, has a man caught just shy of the first down. No, that falls incomplete. Looked like it was caught from my vantage point. It was intended for Jerry Barron. Jerry Barron just unable to haul in the catch. And now Coach Feacock is faced with a huge 4th down situation. 4th down and 8. I think the Patriots have to go for it here.
They have to go for it here. And tonight we're really seeing the Patriots receiving corps just having a hard time keeping hold of the ball.
Ace spread formation here for the Patriots. Jackson Colson, 2 receivers on each side. Marion Brooks in it, running back. Colson takes the snap, drops back, throws over the middle, has a man. It's Isaiah Quentin Jackson. It's caught. Isaiah Quentin Jackson in for the touchdown. 38 yards. Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Wide open catch. Isaiah Quentin Jackson ties the game. Wow is all I can say.
Outstanding. Outstanding pass by Jackson Colson, finding, again, Quentin Jackson over the middle. They had been doing the run play, which I'm kind of surprised that Brenham, with their defensive scheme, drew their linebackers in, and Quentin Jackson straight up the middle for the touchdown.
Jose Rodriguez's point after is up, and it is good. So just like that, Isaiah Quentin Jackson gets the lead for the Patriots. Wow. I need to take a break to catch my breath, and we'll go ahead and do that during this brief commercial. Stay tuned. Patriots have just retaken the lead. You're watching Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry.
Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home.
Back here at Birkelbach Field, Georgetown ISD Stadium, where the Patriots have just retaken the lead following a 38-yard touchdown pass from Jackson Colson to Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Jose Rodriguez's PAT giving Eastview the lead again, 28-27, as in a surprise move, the Patriots go for an onside kick, but Jose Rodriguez's kick goes out of bounds. And so there will be a flag, and this should be Brenham ball.
Well, and it's a bad place for it to go out of bounds, right at around the 50-yard line, Travis, and so that's going to move forward.
Remember, this game could be tied right now. However, Brenham, their second touchdown of the night, the kicker Victor Mendoza, missed the PAT. And Eastview has just now retaken the lead after trailing since 41 seconds to go at the end of the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. But we have 9:19 to go here in the Rob Hipp Insurance fourth quarter, and we're set for a really good finish as both these teams trying to go to 2-0 in district play. Garrison Weiss on 1st and 10 hands the ball off to the running back, who gains a little, 1 maybe 2 yards on the carry there. That was Javon Dixon, and he was tackled by Eric Millette. 2-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 8. The ball is on the Eastview 45-yard line now.
You got to play with intensity and focus right here. Got to control that line of scrimmage, keep Brenham off balance, and control this game. You have the lead. You certainly don't want to relinquish and be a back-and-forth fourth quarter.
Patriots in a 4-4-3 defense formation, and it's a quick open pass caught at the 30-yard line by Brenham, and brought down at the 20-yard line is the receiver Lorenzo Vega, who made the catch. And boy, Vega was just wide open for a split second. Garrison Weiss saw it and made the perfect pass. Weiss was brought down by Eric Millett. I'm sorry, Vega was brought down by Eric Millett. But Lorenzo Vega, his first catch of the game. And that's the thing about this Brenham team, Michael, is so many of their players are listed as duo defensive players and wide receivers. So they've got a lot of players who have really good hands.
Right.
1st and 10 from the from the Eastview 20 for Brenham, and it's a handoff to Dixon, and Dixon breaks over the edge to the right side, gets a 1st down, and is brought down inside the 5 by Charles Ross. So Brenham all of a sudden in control, looking to retake the lead after just a little under a minute.
Those big explosive plays can eat you up, and Eastview has given up several of those tonight.
Well, what has really killed Eastview on this drive is going for the onside kick instead of a regular kickoff, and specifically having Jose Rodriguez's kick go out of bounds. That just doomed Eastview from the start. As on 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line, it's a handoff to Dixon, and Dixon is swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Roland Hines is involved on that tackle, and nothing going for Javon Dixon. .7:59. There's a flag on the field. That's why the clock is stopped. 7:59 to go here in the Rob Hibb Insurance 4th quarter. Patriots lead at 28-27 over the Cubs, and it's a penalty on Brenham. So that will push Brenham back just a bit.
I'm sure they hadn't walked it off yet. Did they I hadn't seen the indication of what it was. Was it holding or?
The referee never made the motion with his arms. It looks like they're moving back about, I can't tell if they're 5 or 10 yards. Brenham is still in the huddle now, and they're huddling it around between the 15 and the 20-yard line.
It must have been a holding call. It's a 10-yard walk-off.
Yeah, they're going to set the ball. It's going to be a 2nd and goal from the 14-yard line now. So look at all these crickets around the stadium lights, Michael.
Right.
It's been nighttime for quite some time up here in Georgetown, Texas. Beautiful Georgetown, Texas. I'm sorry, it'll be 1st and goal from the 14-yard line. And from the shotgun formation, Garrison Weiss fakes a handoff, and he rolls out to the left side, being swanked by some Eastview defenders. He throws into the end zone, and it's intercepted! It's intercepted by Eric Millett!
Yeah, they said it's on the ground.
It looked like Eric Millett had the interception. The pass was intended for Yan Toussaint in the end zone, Weiss, and there's a late flag all the way back at about the 12-yard line as well. That's got to be holding based on the position of the flag and where Garrison Weiss was running.
Coach Feetkoch down there saying, take it, take it, take it. Push him back even further.
So Garrison Weiss took the snap, rolled out to the left side, threw it into the end zone. The pass was intended for Yan Toussaint. Looked like Eric Millett got in and intercepted the pass, but he dropped that interception, and now a penalty moves Brenham back a further 10 yards. So this should be a 1st and goal from the 24-yard line. As the referees are still.
It's a 5-yard penalty.
So it'll be 1st and 19. 1st and goal from the 19-yard line as the referees finally make a decision on where to place the football and the chains. sorry. Now the scoreboard is reading 2nd down and 19. We'll figure all of that out. And it is 2nd down and 9. 2nd and goal from the 19, I should say. I'm confusing myself. Shotgun formation for the Cubs. 2 receivers to the right. Garrison Weiss takes the snap, stays there,
It'll be a
and
false
is
start.
almost swallowed up. The whistle blows. Yeah, flag comes out. And getting the sack is Thomas Thornburg. Not quite a sack, but he does bring Garrison Weiss down as Garrison Weiss scrambled toward the right
whistles,
sideline.
but I'm not seeing a flag on the ground.
I heard whistles as well. I'm wondering if that was some joker in the crowd trying to confuse things.
That's interesting. I know I heard a whistle, but I didn't see any laundry, and play is going right along.
Yeah, they're advancing the down marker. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 16-yard line, so that was about a 7-yard scramble by Garrison Weiss. And now shotgun formation, ace spread. Garrison Weiss, 2 receivers on each side. Weiss takes the snap, pump fakes, throws to the right side into the end zone, caught. It's a touchdown. That pass thrown to Yan Toussaint, and it's a touchdown Cubs. They retake the lead. It'll be 33-28 pending the PAT. And there will be a timeout taken here. It's a timeout by Brenham, which
That's the third.
Yeah.
That was their 3rd timeout.
Well, they have used 2. They used 2 timeouts early on in the 3rd quarter, and that is indeed their final timeout of this ball game. 7:12 remaining here in the Rob Hip Insurance 4th quarter. The Cubs, after that touchdown pass to Yan Toussaint, lead at 33-28 over the Patriots as we await Victor Mendoza's PAT.
With Brenham calling the timeout, they may be deciding to go for 2 here, Travis.
Well, they kind of have to at this point, this late in the game. And leading only by 5, a PAT would make it a 6-point lead, which would allow the Patriots to retake the lead if they were to march down the field and score a touchdown and a PAT, and they will indeed be going for it. Will Brenham. 2 receivers to Garrison Weiss's right. Weiss in the shotgun formation. Weiss takes the snap, and it's a handoff to the back who gets into the end zone. That was... I'm trying to figure out which running back that was. I believe that was Lorenzo Vega, who just used his massive height to stretch over the line. He was stopped at about the 1-yard line, but he just stretched forward and had the ball break the plane, and the 2-point conversion is good for the Cubs. They lead at 35-28 over the Patriots.
Well, the Patriots stood him up and had him, but he was able to keep his legs driving just enough that he could outstretch his arms with the ball in hand and get it over the plane of the goal line for the 2-point conversion.
$7:12 remaining here in the Rob Hip Insurance 4th quarter. 7:12 remaining in the ball game. And Brenham now leads it by a full touchdown, 35-28. We are shaping up for an exciting finish, folks. We thank you very much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry. We want to thank all of our sponsors for helping us to put on these broadcasts. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you very much for all of your support of not only SHN Sports, but Eastview High School athletics. Victor Mendoza out now to attempt this kickoff. Charles Ross and Isaiah Quentin Jackson back deep at the 10-yard line to return for the Patriots. Mendoza's kick is up. It'll be fair. Ross signaling for a fair catch at the 8-yard line.
Did Ross call for the fair catch or Quentin Jackson?
They were both They were both throwing their arms up in the air, but the ball floated towards Ross. Ross was the one who made the fair catch.
Yeah, because I didn't notice Ross. I did notice Quentin Jackson. signaling fair catch. So Eastview in a dogfight here, Travis, and they can't afford to make any mistakes.
Well, this will set up the Patriots at their own 25-yard line, so similar to a touchback here as Jackson Colson hands the ball off on a sweep to Jerry Barron, who has a huge hole. Jerry Barron takes it from the 25-yard line almost to the 40. What a great run by Jerry Barron, who picks up a first down for the Patriots there on a wide receiver sweep.
Does the sweep, and then he hooks back in through the middle and goes back up the middle on the Cubs and able to gash them for a big first down.
Hurry up offense, same play, except they hand off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who was swallowed in the backfield by a trio of Brenham defenders. In on the tackle there was Jontavian Robinson for Brenham, one of those three tacklers. The other two, Dane Hauk and Trey Lawn. We've called their names multiple times throughout the evening, as Brenham is able to tackle Isaiah Quentin Jackson for a loss of 2 yards, bringing up second down and 12, ball on Eastview's own 39-yard line. Shotgun formation for the Patriots. 2 receivers to Colson's left. It's a fake handoff, a play action, caught by Charles Ross at the 50-yard line, and Ross breaks free of his tackler. He's open. He's thrilled, but he trips over his own feet. He makes it to the 30-yard line. Charles Ross, he's disappointed in himself, but he does pick up a huge first down and brings the Patriots into Brenham territory.
Yeah, that was going to be a foot race to the end zone, but he never quite had his balance.
Hurry up offense, same formation, and it's a handoff to the running back who barrels up the middle for a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. On the carry was a Marion Brooks, and he was tackled by Jontavian Robinson. So the Patriots will slow down for just a second. It'll bring up second down and 8. The ball will be spotted at the Brenham 30-yard line. So shotgun formation yet again for the Patriots. 2 receivers to Colson's left. Colson takes the snap, but as soon as he touches the football, the play is blown dead, and it's Coach Feacock calling a timeout, actually. We'll go ahead and take this timeout with them, Michael. 5:32 to go here in the ball game, the Rob Hip Insurance fourth quarter. The Cubs lead at 35-28 over the Patriots. We'll be right back after this.
Locally owned by Pam and Al Bartschmid, College Street Cottages is proud to offer vacation rentals in beautiful and historic Georgetown, Texas. With premium amenities and comfortably sized spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com.
We're back here at Burkle Box Field, Georgetown ISD Stadium. Patriots second down and 9, ball on the Brenham 30-yard line. Patriots looking to score. Jackson Colson all alone in the backfield, and he gets a defender off sides. Flags will fly. There were 3 receivers to Colson's left as he was alone in the backfield on that play, but we'll never know what was going to happen. It's an illegal snap on Eastview. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, so that will make it second down and 14. The ball will be spotted on the Brenham 35-yard line. And again, Michael, we were talking over this last commercial break. Eastview shooting themselves in the foot, just mental mistakes and stuff of that nature. And they've kind of lost their confidence after those 2 turnovers. They're making all these mistakes that they never would have made over the last 4 or 5 weeks. Jackson Colson now all alone in the backfield. 3 receivers to his left. He takes the snap, drops back, throws over the middle, has his man almost incomplete. It was intended for Isaiah Quentin Jackson, but Alandric Andrade, with some great coverage of Isaiah Quentin Jackson, is able to get a hand on the ball and knock it down. Falls incomplete, brings up third down and 14. Ball will be spotted on the Brenham 34-yard line for Eastview. So third and very long, and I feel like we say this every third down for both teams, Michael, but it's a huge third down here. Brenham out of timeouts. Patriots have 2 remaining. 5:25 to go in the ball game. Patriots trail 35-28. Colson takes the snap, drops back, throws to the right side. Intended for Charles Ross, but it's a little overthrown. Ross unable to make the catch, and he's hit late, but will not draw a flag. Making the hit, the late hit was Eric Hemphill. It was more of a Hemphill couldn't stop his momentum. And the Eastview faithful, they're booing this Brenham defense. They want a flag thrown.
Well, now they're taunting the fans in the stands, and the officials aren't doing anything about it.
They're taunting the student section as well.
Yeah.
So the Patriots will be going for it on 4th and 14 here. 8 seconds on the play clock. Colson drops back, and he steps up into the pocket. They're just collapsing. Throws to the right side, intended, and is it caught?
No, it's going to be pass interference on Brenham.
Jerry Barron, the intended receiver on that play, and the pass interference will be called on Alandric Andrade at about the 10-yard line. So the Patriots might be catching a break here.
Huge break.
Great pocket presence by Jackson Colson. He dropped back, stepped up into the pocket. It was collapsing around him. He rolled out a little bit to the right side and made a perfect throw. And the referees will indeed rule it is pass interference on Alandric Andrade, and that'll be an automatic first down and a 15-yard penalty for the Eastview Patriots. Now, all of a sudden, they're in really good scoring position.
Well, there's a good shot in the arm right there.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Eastview just needs to go 20 yards. They're in the red zone. He sends Isaiah Quentin Jackson in motion from right to left, and it's a read option handoff to Amarian Brooks. Amarian Brooks tries to run up the middle, but is stuffed behind the line of scrimmage by Jontavian Robinson.
That play, Travis, was slow in developing. They hands the ball off to Brooks. Or was it Quentin Jackson?
It was Quentin Jackson.
Quentin
Jackson was the man in motion, but Brooks took the handoff. Yes.
Brooks took the handoff, but it was slow in developing and allowed Brenham to get penetration through the line and dropping for a 3-yard loss.
Brings up 2nd down and 12. Ball on the 22-yard line. Colson takes the snap. It's a fake handoff to Jerry Barron, and Colson rolls out to the right side under pressure. Colson just has to throw the ball away and had nowhere to throw on that play. Referee's blowing a lot of whistles on the sideline. That should bring up 3rd down and 12 for the Patriots. They still trail 35-28 with 4:24 to go in the ball game.
It's interesting. It's that the Cubs have taken a few shots out of bounds at Patriot players, and they have not been flagged for it, where Eastview has been flagged twice.
And I believe it was Isaiah Quentin Jackson on both of those flags. He was at least in on one. That was earlier in the second quarter, in the first half.
So, I never want to look to blame officials, but, it seems like there's not much parity going on between the out-of-bounds hits.
So we've got 3rd and 12 for the Patriots. Ball on the 22-yard line. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to Colson's left. Colson takes the snap, drops back, throws to the left side, intended for Tyler Wagner. But the pass falls incomplete. Colson, they were trying to do an angle route where Wagner would go up north and then take a 90-degree turn. But they were unable to connect on that pass play, and sets up a huge 4th down now. 4th and 12 for the Patriots. As they trail by 7. Clock will stop with 4:19 to go in the ball game. Here we go. 3 receivers to Colson's left in the shotgun formation. Colson takes the snap. He's under pressure. He rolls out to the right side, throws to the end zone. It falls incomplete. It was intended for Charles Ross, and Ross had the chance to make the catch, but he could not hold on. And it'll be a turnover on downs with 4:11 to go here in the ball game, and Brenham leading 35-28. Now, Eastview does have 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, that definitely knocked the air out of the sails right there, Travis. It was a catchable ball, even though he was having to dive for it. But as he hits the ground, it knocks the ball out of his hands, and as well as the air out of the lungs of the Patriot faithful.
So So Brenham will take over on their own 22-yard line. 1st and 10, shotgun formation. Weiss in at quarterback. He hands the ball off to the running back who rushes up the middle for a short gain. That is Dixon. Javon Dixon, who has had a huge night on the ground. He picks up about 3 yards and will be marked down at the Brenham 25-yard line. So the clock will continue to tick. 3:50 to go and counting here in the Rob Hip Insurance 4th quarter.
Well, look for the Cubs to just keep it on the ground, Travis. They're going to run the clock and minimize the amount of time that Eastview could get the ball back into their hands.
Now Brenham has no timeouts left. Eastview does have 2 as the Patriots stack the box defensively. Shotgun formation for Weiss, and it's another handoff up the middle to Dixon, and Dixon is tackled after a short gain by Cooper Nankin. And Dixon gains officially 3 yards on that play, so that'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Ball will be spotted at the Brenham 29-yard line.
It's big play for the Patriots right here.
Just under 3 minutes to go now. 10 seconds to go on the play clock for Brenham. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to Weiss's right. Patriots showing blitz, and it will be indeed a handoff to the running back. It was Dalen McCowan, the starting running back, and it was a read option play. They handed the ball off to McCowan, but the Patriots were coming with a blitz from that right side that McCowan was running, and so the Patriots will use one of their timeouts to stop the clock with 2:41 to go here in the ball game, the Rob Hip Insurance 4th quarter.
Actually lose a yard on that play, so it's 4th down and 5.
So we should see punter Jackson Mueller come out to punt the ball away for Brenham, and now it's up to their defense to hold on to this 35-28 lead.
2:41 on the clock, so you got to expect that they're going to punt. They're not going to go for it here, being this close to their end zone. If they don't make it, they want to put Georgetown Eastview back as far as they can away from the goal line and have them work the clock into their favor.
And indeed, Jackson Mueller will come out to punt the ball away for Brenham. Isaiah Quentin Jackson is lining up at about the 40, between the 35 and the 40-yard line to return this punt.
And remember last week, Quentin Jackson scored on a 75-yard punt return.
He did indeed, as Mueller's punt is returnable, but Quentin Jackson will signal for the fair catch and make said fair catch at about the 33-yard line. So decent field position for Eastview here on this offensive drive. Clock stops with 2:32 to go here in the Rob Hip Insurance 4th quarter. We've got a really good one. Can the Patriots tie it up?
Got a nail biter, that's for sure. But it's not foreign territory to the Patriots. If they go back to that first game versus Westwood, they were down, and they went in at the last minute and was able to score and then hold Westwood off and keep them from scoring to keep it tied and go into overtime.
Eastview has to march down the field about 70 yards. And now on 1st and 10, it's a quick screen pass to Charles Ross. Ross catches it at about the 35-yard line and is immediately tackled and brought down by Brenham's Zyron Smith. And that was a loss of about a yard for Eastview, not exactly what they were looking for here. And the clock continues to tick. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the ball game. 2nd down and 11. Shotgun formation. Colson rolls out to the right side. Throws caught by Ross at the 40-yard line and out of bounds immediately. Pushed out of bounds by Eric Hemphill. And you've got to expect the Patriots are going to be making a lot of these short throws towards the sideline, just like that one, so they can get a couple of clock stoppages and not have to waste their last time out.
Yeah, you don't want to use it prematurely for sure.
3rd and 2, shotgun formation, 2 receivers on each side of Colson. Colson takes the snap, throws to the left side. It's caught by Jerry Barron for a 1st down, but Barron can't get out of bounds. He does cross the 45-yard line, and it's brought down at about the Eastview 47, so it'll move the chains, but the clock will continue to tick once the ball is set. So the Patriots are hurrying it up here. Same formation, 2 receivers on each side of the shotgun formation. Colson takes the snap, rolls out to the right side. He's got some space, and Colson decides to throw the ball away. He was intended for Charles Ross, actually. It was a low pass, nearly picked off by Eric Hemphill, but it will be an incomplete pass. It will stop the clock with 1:45 to go here and bring up 2nd down and 10.
You got to be careful. Even though he was really just trying to get rid of the ball, it was almost intercepted. So you just got to be careful. Don't make any silly mistakes right here because it could cost you the ball game. You turn it over here, it's pretty much done.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on each side. Jackson Colson drops back on 2nd down, rolls to the left side and throws deep. He's got a man. It's Michael Sedgwick, but it overthrows the intended target, Michael Sedgwick. Oh, Michael Sedgwick would have made that catch at the 5-yard line and run it all the way into the end zone.
He's wide open. Just let him just by about 2 yards, maybe not even that, maybe about a yard too long.
Michael Sedgwick got behind the coverage. It was the safety, looked like Travion Britton, who was burned on that play by Sedgwick. And the Patriots now are facing 3rd and 10 from their own 47-yard line, 1:37 to go here.
Offensive line did an outstanding job of giving Colson all the time in the world he needed right there in that last play.
Colson all alone in the backfield. He throws, caught by Isaiah Quentin Jackson at the 50, and Quentin Jackson will pick up a 1st down, brought down at the 45-yard line in Brenham territory by Eric Hemphill. And that will move the chains and temporarily stop the clock here for Eastview as they enter Brenham territory. They pick up a 1st down.
Fans not liking the extracurricular activity that Brenham's taking and not getting flagged for it.
It'll be 1st and 10 Patriots. 3 receivers to the left side. Colson nearly sacked, avoids a sack, and he'll scramble for it himself. He dodges another defender, and he's rolling around the right sideline, and he tiptoes himself out of bounds just shy of the 25-yard line. Picks up a 1st down on that scramble, and boy, Jackson Colson got lucky there.
Outstanding job by Jackson Colson to realize where he was on the field and tiptoe down the sideline without stepping out of bounds and picks up the yardage plus the 1st down on a play where he nearly had his head taken off.
70 seconds to go here for the Patriots. They trail 35-28. Colson in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left. He throws to the right. Has Charles Ross, but it falls incomplete. It bounces off Ross's hand at the 25-yard line and brings up 2nd down and 10. Clock will stop with 1:06 remaining here.
You know, I think really the intent of that play was to actually stop the clock, and because he wasn't deep on that at all. If he'd caught it, it might have been a yard gain or so.
Looks like the Patriots will remain in shotgun formation. Amarian Brooks checks out of the game, and Isaiah Quentin Jackson checks in, and he will line up in the right side slot. 3 receivers to Jackson Colson's left. He is all alone in the backfield. Colson takes the snap on 2nd and 10, drops back, steps up into the pocket, and he's going to scramble, and he slides at about the 20-yard line, nowhere near the 1st down marker, but a solid pickup of about 5 yards, and they've got to spike the ball. There's under a minute left now. And Colson lost a shoe. He threw the shoe into the Eastview sideline, but the clock is still ticking. They've got to spike the ball or use this last timeout that they have. 40 seconds to go here. Patriots trail by 7. No sense of urgency right now. Jackson Colson finally takes the snap, drops back, throws over the middle. Caught. No, falls incomplete. Isaiah Quentin Jackson, the intended target. And it was Eric Hemphill on the coverage there. The pass hit Quentin Jackson right in the stomach, but he was able to hold on to it. And that's been a theme of tonight's receivers.
Yeah, just a lot of drops tonight.
Clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. It'll be 4th down and 4 for the Patriots. A huge 4th down here.
This is the ball game right here, folks. Could possibly be.
Colson all alone in the backfield. 3 receivers to his left side. Colson throws immediately to the right side. Has Charles Ross for the 1st down. Ross gets out of bounds with 28 seconds to go. The clock will stop. And Ross is out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So now that'll set up a 1st and 10 from the 15 as the Patriots enter the red zone.
A field goal does nothing for you. You got to get it into the end zone.
So 1st and 10 Patriots, ball on the Brenham 15-yard line. 28 seconds to go here. Patriots trail by 7. Colson throws to the left side. He's got a man deep, and it falls incomplete. That pass was intended for Jerry Barron. And Jerry Barron was double covered there in the end zone. It was Trey Lowen, one of the defenders, making the coverage there. And I believe the other was Aiden Villatoro.
Colson loses his shoe again.
Clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Colson, yet again in the shotgun formation, all alone in the backfield. 3 receivers to his left. Colson takes the snap, drops back. He's under pressure. He scrambles out to the left side. It's a screen thrown to Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Caught. Isaiah Quentin Jackson into the end zone. But he does not make it into the end zone. He does not break the plane. He stopped at the 1-yard line. So now the clock will stop with 11 seconds left. The Patriots have to take that last time out at this point now. They will move the chains, however. It'll be a 1st and goal from the 1 now. And this is one of those games that's going to raise your blood pressure if you're a fan of Brenham or Eastview. It's raising my blood pressure just calling it right now. We'll keep it right here.
You got to get it into the end zone. If they're short, they probably don't have enough time to spike the ball to stop the clock.
And they need all the time they can get here.
So the offense has got to get, the offensive line has got to get a big push. You probably want to think about putting the ball in the hands of Emarion Brooks in this one right here, that big, powerful running back.
Keep in mind, though, Emarion Brooks did lose a fumble earlier in the game. He had 2 fumbles in a row, actually. He got the first one back, but he lost the second one. That led directly to another Brenham touchdown, the 2nd Brenham touchdown of the night. But it'll be 1st and goal from the 1, and the Patriots are going to come out in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers on each side, and Emarion Brooks is indeed the running back. Here we go. Jackson Colson takes the snap, throws to the right side, and it is intercepted by Brenham. It is intercepted by Eric Hemphill at about the 3-yard line, and Eric Hemphill, with 6 seconds left, saves the game for Brenham. Eastview is going to take home their first loss of the season and fall to 1-1 in district play, while Brenham will move to 4-1 and 2-0 in district play. The 2nd interception of the season for Jackson Colson is also the 2nd interception of the night. 6 seconds to go. No timeouts remaining for the Patriots. And we should just see Brenham kneel this ball down.
Well, you couldn't ask for a more exciting ball game that comes down to the very last seconds. And in a desperation attempt by the Patriots to get it into the end zone, they opt to go with the pass, and it gets intercepted, unfortunately.
Ball will be spotted at the Brenham 3-yard line, and they will indeed just kneel, although there is a flag from all sides. I believe there was some movement on the line. We'll see who moved first.
I'm not sure if it's a offsides or possibly a false start, which I'm surprised that Brenham just didn't kneel down on the 1 and let the clock run out, or just take off running down the side. So they actually handed the ball off and was going to run it.
It'll be a penalty on Brenham, half the distance to the goal, which will make kneeling the ball a lot trickier. As
well, you just got to push the ball. You do a quarterback sneak, it's going to run the clock out.
I just remember, I think it was like 1998 or 1999, Baylor had some trouble in a game where they ended up losing a game on a fumble on a quarterback sneak just like that.
Well, wouldn't that be something if that happened right here?
6 seconds left. Anything can happen on any given Friday night here in Texas high school football. And it'll be a handoff to Dixon for a safety tackled in the end zone. So the Patriots will at least come out of this with a safety with 2 seconds left.
And they get the safety, but the other thing about it, they get the ball back with 2 seconds left. So there's still a puncher's chance right here, Travis.
And remember last week against Marble Falls, Isaiah Quentin Jackson returned a punt. You alluded to this earlier, Michael. He returned a punt 75 yards for a touchdown. That broke open the scoring in that game last week against Marble Falls.
Right. So You know, you've seen tonight Quentin Jackson call for a fair catch on every punt and kick. But you got to tell him tonight, hey, don't fair catch. Don't put that arm up. Don't make it look like a fair catch.
They've been signaling for fair catches often now. Michael, the only thing I'm unsure about is on this punt here, does the clock tick?
The clock ticks as soon as the ball is caught by a receiver. Now, he could do the fair catch and catch it with 2 seconds left, and then you have the Hail Mary to the end zone chance, or you put it in the returner's hands and hope that you can get it back to the end zone.
Expect to see a lot of laterals here as the Patriots line up in an onside kick return formation.
No, if I remember correctly, they have to punt it, but I may
They
be
will
wrong.
be punting it, but they're lining up similar.
He's got the tee out, so
Okay.
they're going to let him kick it. But back in the old school days, you had to punt it away.
And you still punt it away in the upper levels of football as well, as Isaiah Quentin Jackson and Charles Ross are both back deep at the 30-yard line to return this. So this will be about a kickoff. Brenham will be kicking off from their own 20-yard line as they lead at 35-30 now, following that safety. And Victor Mendoza's kick is low, and it is going to be taken at the 35-yard line by Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who touches the ball, and the clock ticks. And with Isaiah Quentin Jackson on the ground, unable to really get a hold of the ball.
No, the ball, he was down with the ball with the second still on the clock. So look for the second to be put back on the clock.
So this is like one of those Mac Brown situations where he needs a second.
Yep. They said put a second back on the game clock.
So here it is, last chance for the ball game. It's been a good one. 1 second left. Eastview will have time for one play.
Brenham's going to go with the mother of all prevents. And Eastview is sending everybody.
I'm kind of surprised Brenham hasn't sent 3 defensive backs back to, the goal line just to stand there and make sure that nobody's going to get in. But they've got 4 guys in the secondary out there. They're only going to rush 3. And it's a shotgun formation, 2 receivers on the right for Jackson Colson, and he immediately throws it, caught by Charles Ross. They're going to lateral it to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, and Quentin Jackson is shoved nearly out of bounds by Eric Hemphill, and he's going to lose forward progress. The referees are going to
flag on the play, and it can't end on a defensive penalty. So,
yeah, it's all the way back at the 50 near the Brenham sideline.
So this isn't over, folks. This could be an untimed down right here. Did he just wave it off?
It looks like they
They
did.
waved off the flag.
Flag is waved off, and that will be it for the ball game. Brenham comes in and takes advantage of several Eastview miscues, and they hand Eastview their first loss of the season. They win it 35-30. They complete the 2-year season sweep of the Eastview Patriots as the teams line up at midfield for their handshakes. Michael, first of all, what a ball game. Second of all, is this more a situation where Brenham beat the Patriots or the Patriots beat themselves?
Patriots beat themselves. The ball game was not indicative of Patriot football at all. They made 2 costly mistakes that allowed Brenham to get points on the board. They were down 14-0. They get the tipped pass off of Quentin Jackson and take it to the house, and then a fumble by one of the running backs. I think it was Quentin Jackson actually on the handoff or on the exchange, who turned it over at that point, and then they take it to the house on an explosive run and tie the ball game up, or get within a point. The missed extra point that proved to be the death knell for Eastview. I mean, they had to play from behind the rest of the night, even though they did get a lead back early, or not early, but late in the third quarter, and coming into the fourth quarter, and just made some mistakes that cost them. And unfortunately, I would have to say that Eastview ended up beating themselves tonight. So when they got the lead, then they come back and they have that botched onside kick attempt. You know, he didn't squib it very good. Typically, you kick the top of the football so that it does the bounce and goes high, and that's where you want to get it. But he squibbed it and sent it straight out of bounds, and gave Brenham great field position, along with the 5-yard penalty that goes along with that too. So Brenham starts out at 47 of Eastview, and then manages to score and get the lead right back.
Indeed, and Eastview suffers their first loss under Coach Feacock, their first loss of the season. They will drop to 4-1, 1-1 in District 13 5A. And whereas Brenham will move up to 4-1, they lost their first game of the season and have now won 4 straight. They move to 2-0 in district, and they have a good shot at going 3-0 in district next week, because they will head back home to Brenham to face Marble Falls. Marble Falls will be making about a 3-hour road trip to Brenham. Brenham will be making about a 2-hour road trip back home to Brenham from here in Georgetown tonight, but they will be victors. As Eastview and you and I, Michael, we will be on the road next week as Eastview looks to take on Bastrop at Bastrop Memorial Stadium, looking to rebound from this loss.
Yeah, well, you got to put it behind you. It's over now, and you still have a chance in this district. It's still early yet, and you've probably faced one of the better teams that you're going to see, but you hurt yourself. The costly penalties, the costly turnovers had plagued Eastview all night long. They didn't play with the passion that they normally play with there in that second quarter. I would say the second quarter cost the Patriots the ball game. Just the mistakes that they made with the penalties and the turnovers.
We've got some more final score updates for you real quick. Weiss 42, Glenn 0. So Weiss and Brenham will be the two teams moving up to 2-0 in district. And for Weiss, I believe that puts them at 4-1 overall as well. They rise to 2-0 in district play as well. And what a turnaround for them. Glenn will fall to 1-1 as well. Elgin moves up to 1-1. They defeated Marble Falls 31-12. And the final score next that was of interest to Eastview fans, Cedar Creek 17, Bastrop 7. That game also taking place on the SHN Sports Network. So Eastview will go into Bastrop next week and face a team that will be 0-2 in district and 3-2 overall. So they'll, again, something's got to give next week. But Eastview Falls, they're one of those teams that is at .500 in district play, and this is going to be a very tough district. It's going to be hard for Eastview to kind of rebound from any sort of loss if they want a chance at making the playoffs. So they need to not make any of these mental mistakes anymore moving forward, and I think Coach Feacock will have them back on the right track. But honestly, it was Jackson Colson throwing that first interception, the pick 6 by Yan Toussaint, and then immediately following that up with the Amarian Brooks fumble that led to another Brenham touchdown, and Brenham missed a PAT, technically tied the game. They were trailing by a point, but scored 2 touchdowns off of those 2 Eastview turnovers. Eastview never really recovered mentally.
Yeah, it set them back, and they just struggled to recover from it. They came out from halftime and looked more like a disciplined Eastview Patriot team, but still, made some mistakes. 2 false start penalties that they were driving with the ball and were moving the ball on the ground, and they got into where they were in a 2nd down and 20 situation, and then they were 4th and 20 and ended up having to punt the ball away. Making those kinds of mistakes, and every time that they got a false start on a 1st down, they never were able to sustain the drive. They ended up punting the ball 3 plays later.
Indeed, they did, and Eastview will go home tonight with their first loss of the season, 35-30 to Brenham, who completes the 2-year sweep of Eastview, and it will remain to be seen if these two teams will meet next year. District realignment is coming in February, and Brenham could be in a completely different district the next 2 years. We will wait and have more on that one. But as for tonight, Eastview loses 35-30. It had to happen eventually, but we were here for it. It's a shame. It's one of their 4 home games of the season. Coach Feacock should have this team right back on track, though.
I believe he will. He's one of those coaches that, he just moves on. You have to. You can't dwell on what happened tonight. You'll review the film tomorrow and go over the mistakes, and they've got a lot of mistakes. You've got mistakes in every phase of the game. You've got coaching mistakes. You've got execution mistakes. You've got mental mistakes, discipline. Everybody has to look introspectively at how this happened tonight, and I just feel that Eastview took it out of their own hands.
Hard to name a player of the game on the loss, but Michael, do you have any names in mind?
I think you probably got to look defensively to Roland Hines and how his leadership on the defensive line really played through the game. He was injured a couple of times, and he played through it and came back out, and he was involved in tackles that were far down the field. He played outstanding, and I think that I got to give the tip of the hat to Roland Hines.
I was going to suggest either Roland Hines or Eric Millette myself, but yeah, hard to talk about that after a loss. As for us, again, we will be at Bastrop next week, Bastrop Memorial Stadium, for the Eastview game against Bastrop. And that game will be, of course, broadcast live here on SHN Sports. The kickoff will be about 7 p.m., and we will be going live about 6:50. So we hope that you join us for that as well. And, Michael, any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
Just look forward to Eastview improving and getting beyond this, and maybe that's maybe this is a catalyst that will move them forward the rest of the season, and they can get that district championship and move forward into the playoffs and continue to do well in the Coach Feacock era.
Well, with that, your final score once again, Brenham 35, Eastview 30. We hope you have a safe and happy weekend. As for us, we will see you next Friday night, 7 p.m. kickoff for Eastview at Bastrop. He's Michael Francis. I'm Travis Banks. So long from the Lone Star State.